proud partner of Marquette Athletics. One call, that's all.
A new year means new goals for Wisconsin hoops teams. The red and white will make a run to the tournament, and Milwaukee is eyeing up a playoff run in the spring. As Wisconsin's 3PL Evans Transportation knows, it takes a team effort to make those runs, and when it comes to manufacturers' accounting, shipping, and tracking needs, Evans is the supply chain team for you. Good luck to all Wisconsin hoops teams from Wisconsin's 3PL. Find them at evanstrans.com.
People across Wisconsin are enjoying the rewards, stability, and flexibility of a career in healthcare. Why not you? Wish Caregiver Careers can get you started as a certified direct care professional. You'll learn the skills you need to make life better for older adults or people with a disability. All training is free and online. Plus, earn $500 in bonuses. Start your new career. Sign up today at wiscaregivercdcp.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Truth, reason, and tolerance shaped our U.S. Constitution, but those building blocks of democracy are under attack. Big tech social media splits us apart, hurts our children, and causes violence and terror in our communities. Be a part of the change. Go to counterhate.com to learn more.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We're getting closer and closer and closer to Sunday. Packers-Bears, win and you're in. Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I'm Ben Brust with my guys, Kyle Wallace. What's with the blue?
That looks good, doesn't it?
It looks good, but it's kind of too close to the wrong colors.
What?
You had a green sweater.
Wait, what color?
I thought he was trying to go all Packers all week.
No.
I'm a little bit thrown for a loop here.
No, a loop for a aqua blue sweater. This is actually Milwaukee Bucks kind of blue color that the Bucks wear.
Good twist.
Yeah, well done.
It's actually
Way
a
to
Christmas
pivot.
gift I purchased for myself, and I opened on Christmas Day.
It almost looks like the Bucks alternate. You know, like when they did like the city one.
It's for the lake.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. The Bucks.
lake.
But what is it too close to for like
Bears blue.
Bears blue?
I'm not saying it's Bears blue, but it's too close to blue because it's blue.
Oh no!
All blue is banned.
No, this is not close. That didn't even go through my mind.
Good.
I didn't even think about the Bears.
You're in the right mindset. Then that's Kyle Wallace. Do you have anything else to say as I introduce you?
Man, it's Thirsty Thursday.
Oh man, Brad Norton,
thirsty baby.
6-year but long time NFL punter with us. How are you, Brad?
I'm good, man. I feel like
You're cheesing.
I will say, every once in a while, in preparation for a game, you'd start to get these butterflies, this kind of nervous energy leading up to a game. By Friday, they always kicked in for me personally. I'm starting to get some butterflies for this Packer team.
It's because you're out of
Friday
practice.
yet.
You're out of practice now,
I
so you got to
know.
find it in new ways.
Unbelievable. There's just so much to look forward to on Sunday. I'm ready for Sunday to show up.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN is the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. We are on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison in the brain trust of KBN Nation in our closer nation of pre-show meeting. I got to give some credit to Brad because he threw a toughie at us, and it's already a toughie for us and you on Twitter at KBN ESPN. You can find our poll in which we ask you, would you rather, and it may seem easy when you first hear, but you really got to dig deep, right? Would you rather be up one score with the defense on the field or down one score with the offense on the field? Right now, 53% up one score, Packers D out there. 47% down one score, Packers offense out there. 800-990-3776. I turn it to the former NFL player himself.
Do you guys know what the percentage likelihood is for any given drive for an NFL team to score a touchdown? This number surprised me. Any guesses?
To score a touchdown?
To score a touchdown. Like, and this is 2001 to 2023.
30.
So this is a huge sample size.
You think it's 30? I think you're probably more like 22%.
20%.
Yeah.
Almost exactly 20%. So if you were looking at the
Now, I would
statistics,
love to hear the statistic, though, on
a game-winning drive?
Yeah, like
when you need it,
a little bit more prevent. Like Joe Barry's helping those statistics get a little bit better than 20%.
True. Either way you slice it, it's not 50-50. It is more likely that a team does not score a touchdown on any given offensive drive compared to a defense preventing a touchdown. So let's say the Packers are either up 4 and you give the ball to the Bears offense, or you're down 4 and you give the ball to Jordan Love and the Packers offense. You would say, well, statistics would show you would want to have the lead and put your defense on the field and play the numbers. You guys know I'm a numbers guy, so this is big for me. I would prefer to not go with the numbers. Give me the ball in Jordan Love's hands, throw the statistics out the window, and give me the Packers down 4 with Jordan Love ball in his hands. Here's why. In those kind of moments, must-win moments, what is the key? Or what is the common line, right? When the game's on the line, you want the ball in the hands of your playmakers, of your studs. Well, who are the studs and playmakers for the Green Bay Packers? It's the offensive-minded Matt LaFleur, who is clearly a better offensive coach than Joe Barry. It's the blossoming stud in Jordan Love.
You can just say, we can call him 30. 30 touchdowns.
30 tutties. 30 tutties for stud. Unquestionably a top 5 quarterback in the league over the last 7 weeks. So, and honestly, selfishly, I want to see that. I want to see Jordan Love in his moment, a moment that's a must-win game against a rival. I want to see him put his stamp on this season and his own personal stamp on this Packer-Bears rivalry. So it's much closer than I thought originally. I thought, for sure you'd want the Packers offense out there. I'm not so sure. A lead is something you wouldn't just want to give up, and statistics would show put the defense out there. But darn it, I think give Jordan Love, give your studs, give your strengths an opportunity to have the ball in their hands when the game is on the line. Give me Jordan Love in the offense.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. Would you rather the Packers be down 1 score with the ball or up 1 score defending Justin Fields and the Bears? Right now, it's around 50-50 on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Kyle, go.
This is silly. This is absolutely silly. We're sitting here having a question about
It's not silly. We're over 100 votes already.
Wait a minute.
And it's 50-50.
I said what I said.
All right, go.
This is silly.
Hear Kyle out.
Where in the world would you ever choose to be down on the last drive of the game? Whoever wants to be down? I don't do numbers like that. Only thing I do, I like money. That's all I know. Just as long as it's going up, I'm happy. And the win probability that they have on ESPN and all these different places, last time I checked, the win probability is always high when your team is up as the clock is ticking down as the game is almost over. So in that scenario that we're talking about, if the Bears had the ball against the Packers defense and they got the ball on the 25-yard line, I guarantee you the win probability for the Green Bay Packers will be significantly higher than the Chicago Bears at that time. And then when you add...
I never thought Kyle would be a win probability guy in a real football game situation.
I am not a win probability guy because you have to play the game. But then on top of that, we are so down on the Green Bay Packers defense, which we should be. Joe Barry has shown this year that he is trash. He's not a very good defensive coordinator. This is a below-average defense, but they have had their bright spots. Look to last Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings. But here's the thing that we're all forgetting. The Packers defense may suck, but we're going against somebody that also isn't good. This is a battle between a very movable object and a very easily stoppable force. That's what we're looking at. And the Green Bay Packers defense may be bad, but Justin Fields is also not very good as well. If you were a Chicago Bears fan, forget that. If you were a Packers fan and you had Justin Fields You had Justin Fields your quarterback. We asked the question, if Justin Fields the Packer quarterback, will we want him to lead us down on a game-winning drive? You say no. You want Jordan Love to do that, but you don't want to be in that situation whatsoever to have to be down in a game in the fourth quarter. You want to be up. Justin Fields is a barely improved quarterback. He still takes way too many sacks. He's highly inaccurate, so to think that he can drive downfield your team, not for a field goal, but for a touchdown with less than 2 minutes left on the clock, you're probably already missing some timeouts. Absolutely not. Give me the Packers defense and give me the victory because I don't trust Justin Fields. I trust this defense more than I trust Fields, especially when the game's on the line. How many times?
That's saying something.
But listen, and the last thing I'll say this, Monday Night Football, I believe it was. That's the last time I actually watched the Chicago Bears play, and I got to see Justin Fields for myself. He was terrible. He was bad. He fumbled twice in the second half that almost cost his team the game. His defense forced 4 turnovers in that game, and they barely snuck out a victory against a backup quarterback in Minnesota. Let's not act like Justin Fields is anything other than an average NFL quarterback, and I trust the Packers defense in that situation.
One of the smartest things that I've heard is when I think back to the 2020 NFC Championship game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Lambeau Field, right? Whether it was the plan or not the plan, this is what happened. The Packers kicked a field goal in a one-score game to keep it a one-score game. They took the ball away on 4th and goal and kicked a field goal from the best player in the NFL. And you know what they did? They took the ball from the best player in the NFL and gave it to who? The greatest of all time. We're looking at a flip here. I'd rather give it to Jordan Love than give it to the worst of all time. The worst of all time being Joe Barry. I don't want to go down with Joe Barry being exactly what we know he is. And also, this is something where I want to know what I'm working with what I got. Unfair or not, it's year one, and it's Jordan Love, and we want to continue to see what he's got. Well, guess what? You want the ball in the best player's hands, and your best player and the best person you got right now for the Green Bay Packers, the most consistent thing you've had, whether there's ups and downs, they win by Jordan Love. They lose by the defense. And so for me, I'm not going to give the ball to Justin Fields because that means the worst of all time in my little scenario there is Joe Barry. I want Jordan Love, who I believe is the most important player and the player that I can consistently rely on most in this game to make a play, Give me the ball down. One score with Jordan Love. Brad's with me. Kyle's going to be sad if this actually happens because he's got enough proof of what we've seen from Tommy DeVito, from the Carolina Panthers scoring 30,
Tommy DeVito
from Baker Mayfield having a perfect passer rating at Lambeau Field.
We're talking about comebacks, fellas. Tommy DeVito had to lead to a field goal. You played off soft coverage, and again, the field gets tighter as you have to go further. The issue was the fact that all they needed was a field goal. They didn't need a touchdown in that game. The Buccaneers, they had boat races that game. The Packers defense has proven, again, I don't like saying this because they've shown some spots. Whether it was they kept you in the game against the Raiders, they gave you a victory against the Chargers, they gave you a victory against the Chiefs as well. They've shown that they can somehow find a way. If they can do it against Justin Herbert, if they can do it against Pat Mahomes,
you're talking about a defense from a while ago.
No, what do you mean?
They gave the defense gave them
Atlanta, Giants, Raiders, Broncos. Fourth quarter leads turned into losses because the defense gave up late touchdowns. Or not necessarily late touchdowns, late points being scored.
But you got
a little bit to your point. I get it.
Also, the Raiders game and the Broncos game, the defense only allowed, I think, 19 points, less than 20 points in both those games.
But they had a lead. Yeah. So all the defense needed to do was hold them to no points.
And who got the ball? And listen, Jordan Love is much more improved, but who got the ball in the end?
Man, Kyle's got no faith.
No, it's not even that. You guys are asking me, would I rather be down with 2 minutes left or up with 2 minutes left?
He's got fan brain right now.
No, I don't.
He doesn't want to be watching the TV.
What do we say?
It's okay. It's okay to be you. You is the person who's like, man, I don't want to be the fan that's sitting here nervous. I want to be up. I want to be up. I want to be up. He's losing logic in his arguments because he's thinking about an emotional reaction to watching them being down.
And to that point, Kyle, be honest. You're watching the game on Sundays. What would make you more nervous? I understand wanting that, but you would be much more nervous sitting back with the defense on the field.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Fingernails
Are you
left.
kidding?
You'd be biting them off.
Fellas, when you are down in a game by 4 points. You need a touchdown to score. Matter of fact, let's go back to Monday. Let's go back to Monday with the Wisconsin Badgers. They drove the ball down the field.
No, I'm not using the Wisconsin Badgers in Jordan Love.
Would you have preferred to be up and LSU moving down the field, or would you have preferred the Badgers offense to be up?
Apples to apples, dude. We're talking about Joe Barry's defense or Jordan Love, who's got 30 touchdowns.
We're talking about winning a football and losing a football game. You are basically winning the game. You never, Brad. You should be ashamed of yourself as being a former NFL player. You cannot sit here and tell me you would ever sit there on the sideline where there's like a couple minutes left in the game. Boy, oh boy, I hope the Saints score so Cam Newton can get the ball and win this game for us. No, you're like, defense, make a stop. That's what you want. You never want to trail in the game in the fourth quarter. You want to be up in the end because all it takes is a sack. All it takes is for the clock to run out and ask the Carolina Panthers. All it takes for a turn. All it takes is one thing.
But what you're asking for when you say all it takes is something that this defense has consistently shown you that they cannot do. The one consistency that this team has right now is Jordan Love playing at a high level at the right time. 800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. We have it up there. End of the game on Sunday against the Bears. Would you rather the Packers be up one score with the defense on the field or down one score with the offense on the field? And every time I read this question, Kyle gets even more nervous about the situation. Right now, up one score with the Packers D out there is still 53%. Down one with the Packers O out there, 47%. Brad and I think down one score with the Packers O. Kyle obviously thinks being up one score is better. Chef Ed chimes in, 800-990-ESPN. I want the ball, and I would even take Clifford, the big red dog, that's Sean Clifford, backup quarterback, instead of having the defense on the field. I like it, Chef Ed. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. We want to hear from you coming up next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
When I'm, again, doing the Pack Arena, and as a shareholder, when I'm sizing up my ring,
I'm sizing up my ring
Pack
Arena right now.
1 pack of 2, pack of 3, pack of Arena.
Hey.
What's the words? Jordan Love to Christian Watson. Nay, that's a touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The stage is set. It's Michigan and Washington battling for the title. This is Boucher Automotive College Football Championship Week. Tune into our coverage all week long and catch the game right here on 94.5 ESPN on January 8th. With 16 new car brands, over 35 pre-owned brands, and 5,000 vehicles in stock, Boucher Automotive is where you'll find your next ride. It's Boucher Automotive College Football Championship Week on 94.5 ESPN.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author, and founder of the Neal Group, with over 40 years of experience helping businesses make money and keep it. 2023 is almost over. How are you doing? Do you even know how you are doing? Do you have money in the bank? Are you getting the advice you need to minimize your taxes and put more money in your pocket? Do your calls get returned and questions answered? We help you look at your numbers and understand what they mean. How would you like an extra $10,000 or $100,000 in your pocket? We can help you now, before the end of the year. Using tried and true strategies, we have helped countless businesses increase their profits and lower stress. Our Neal deal guarantees you'll increase your profit or you don't pay us. Really. If you want to get started on the road to making more money and having less stress, visit nealgroup.net right now. That's NEAL group.net. The first meeting is free to see if we can help. Again, nealgroup.net.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
For the first time in his career, Packers quarterback Jordan Love has been named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Love threw for 250 256 yards with 3 touchdowns and a passer rating of 125.3 in Green Bay's win at Minnesota in Week 17. He also rushed for a touchdown. Head coach Matt LaFleur believes the sky's the limit for his young QB.
You know, Tom Clements deserves a lot of credit for his ability to groom him and the work that Jordan's put in. I think the sky's the limit for him.
The Packers look to clinch a playoff spot Sunday when they welcome in the Chicago Bears to Lambeau Field. Kickoff is set for 3:25.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. The Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team got back to Big Ten play Tuesday night at the Kohl Center, playing host to Iowa. Wisconsin is now 10-3 on the season after the win. Head coach Greg Gard after the game.
For having 11 days off, I thought this was, we responded to it. I thought we looked a little rusty early, maybe, or any win in this league is important, and take them when you can get them.
Wisconsin returns to action, continuing the homestand this Saturday as they play Nebraska.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
At the end of the game Sunday, would you rather the Packers be leading with the defense on the field or losing with the offense on the field? That's on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. Also, you can vote on Twitter at KBN ESPN. There's a lot of reasons why I want the offense out there. It's about 50-50 right now in the voting. Brad and I want to see the offense down. Kyle wants to believe in Joe Barry.
Say that one more time. You want to see the offense?
You heard me. We're going to get at it today. I like it.
I'm just saying it.
He's Kyle Wallace. He's irrational. He's Brad Nortman. He's really smart. And Chris Larson is running the show. 800-990-3776. Now, there are actual reasons that I want Jordan Love out there instead of Joe Barry out there. But one of the selfish reasons is I just picture the guy that we had on our show yesterday, 7 to 10 on ESPN 1000, the meathead himself, bald, wearing a Bears jersey in Lambeau Field, for Jordan Love to selfishly have the I own you as well moment, last drive. Pow! Come on now.
Pow!
Come on, Kyle, can you at least give me that? That would be more poetic.
That would be great. That would be epic if it didn't have playoff implications on the line.
800-990-3776. Let's go to Diana in McGuanago, Kyle Wallace's number one fan. What you got?
I would rather be down because then we would have a chance to at least tie it. And if the defense was on the field, they would probably go up 2 scores.
There it is. I like it.
There it is.
Diana, hot and heavy as always. Always appreciate her contributions. 800-990-3776.
Yeah, I would just love to see, as Ben said, the bookending season with 2 Jordan Love epic performances and just the nail in the coffin being a Jordan Love touchdown. Every Packer quarterback, Favre, Rodgers, they've had not one but countless marquee signature moments against the Chicago Bears. This would be dialed up to be an absolutely perfect one for Jordan Love. I would just love to see it, and I just trust him more.
Yeah, those are fun. That's cute. That's great. I love the moment where we have the pass of Randall Cobb. That's all cool, but my goodness, I'd rather be up. I'd rather be in the lead.
But who do you trust more?
I obviously trust Jordan Love more,
and LaFleur.
But I want to be up in the game. You guys are saying in the last 2 minutes, up by 4. You'd rather be down by 4? No. Jordan Love hasn't done enough game-winning drives, game-winning touchdowns at the end like Aaron Rodgers. I love the guy. I love Love, but he ain't Rodgers.
You don't love Love as much as you say you do. 800-990-3776. Ron in the Key, welcome into the show.
It always has to go here, Ben, but you did this. First, weird to say Kyle's right, and Ben, here's why you'll admit Kyle's right. You wouldn't take an even money bet if Jordan Love was getting the ball down. You would want odds, which means you don't actually believe that that's the better situation. Conversely, you wouldn't give the other odds the other way. So when you put to shove where you care about your wallet, you would absolutely prefer to be up than to have Jordan Love with the ball down.
You're trying to tell me how I bet. I bet
he's speaking your language now.
Hang on, he might be speaking.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, I will. Here's why he's wrong: is because when you bring in the wallet and gambling into it, that's irrational. That's emotional. That's not actually using my brain. That would be like, what do I want? That would be me talking about, hey, I'm going to pick the offense even if the odds are bad, because selfishly, that's what I believe is going to happen more than what I think would happen, I guess. But in this case, I believe and think the best scenario for the Packers is Jordan Love having the ball because he's the one thing you've been able to rely on. Hey, let me simply put this to you, Kyle. Answer me this without any nonsense. Who do you trust more, Jordan Love or Joe Barry?
I trust Jordan Love more.
Well, there you have.
Who do you trust more, Joe Barry or Justin Fields?
But again, I trust Justin Fields more than the guy that you're going to fire after the season.
Oh, wait a minute. The same Justin Fields that may also get fired at the end of this year.
One's May and one is happening. You don't know what the GM of the Bears is going to do. You don't know if they're going to pick a quarterback.
One is a first-round pick that has done nothing but underwhelm as he has been a quarterback in the NFL. One is a first-round pick where earlier this season, he even said himself he's not focused on where he's going to be next year. One is a guy that the fan base, our guy Cap, who called in yesterday, called you before the holiday and to wish you a Merry Christmas. And on top of that, on his Christmas wish was Caleb Williams. So I'm telling you.
And he flip-flopped back to Justin Fields. That's how the Bears are feeling.
He said he's flopping back to what the GM says, and then he listed a whole bunch of names.
Kyle Bruston-Hortman across ESPN Wisconsin, as it's getting heated and it's hot in here and I'm sweating, but I want to keep this going. End of game, who would you rather have leading? The Bears with the defense on the field for the Packers, or the Packers down with Jordan Love on the field? Brad Nortman.
Yeah, when I think about Justin Fields, though, he's the exact kind of quarterback that can burn the Packers, especially in an end-of-game situation. I can already see it, right? Packers defense playing lax. I'm going to give you 8 yards. I'm going to give you 10. I'm going to give you 5. They're going to make their way down inside the red zone and no problem. And it's hard to guard a guy in a must-score situation who is also mobile, and you got other guys trying to make plays in the end zone. So, I don't know. I just think given Joe Barry's history, I cannot trust him with anything, especially in this situation.
I can't believe you guys are trusting Justin Fields.
We're 50-50 right now, and the fans continue to be a part of KBN Nation 50-50. Rob chimes in, agree, I don't trust the D yet, but I'd still rather have the lead. Bill chimes in, I trust Jordan Love way more than Joe freaking Barry. 800-990-3776. Let's go to Bill in Madison. Bill, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all on point, but you'd rather have the lead.
Thank you, Bill.
For us to give away, I would rather have, I agree with Kyle, you want the lead to give it away. And then, for sure, then Joe Barry gets fired, which is also a win. So either way, we call it ahead.
Doesn't a lead feel incredibly unsafe though?
Yes, it's unstable. It's like a building with no foundation.
Yeah, the lead feels unsafe, but you want the lead. You don't want to have 2 minutes to have to go down the field. With Jordan Love, and I like him a lot. I think he definitely has potential to be our future quarterback. But we don't have a lot of. Who is it? We're down a tight end, Musgrave. Watson's probably not going to play. Reed's hurt.
Am I living in fantasy land? I appreciate the perspective, Bill, but the offense is the reason why they are in a position to go to the playoffs in this de facto playoff game against the Bears.
And there was a time where maybe earlier in the season, I would say, man, the offense is out of whack. They don't know where. We got receivers in the same place. Jordan Love's a little bit inaccurate, but the thing has switched. And defense was playing okay, but they've inverted since then. End of season, the last, 6 games. Maybe not 6, but since the Chiefs game and beyond that, it's been offense that's been trending in one direction, defense trending in another. Here is the only thing that I can think of that is a strength for the Packers in the situation where Packers are up and they're trying to defend Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. In a must-pass situation, the strength of this team is the pass rush. So that's the one thing I can think of in argument for the defense where it's at least we're letting our guys go eat. But even then, all Justin Fields goes, whoop, and goes around them. And goes
how many times have we heard Joe Barry in the post-game press conference talk about miscommunications about the calls in the 2-minute situations? I don't want to lose the same way we've been losing. I want to lose. No, it's not.
If you ask,
are they here because of the defense or the offense?
I want Jonathan Bruss to call in. You know why? Because if you ask, listen, if
my brother.
We can have anybody. If you were to ask a Bears fan, would you rather have your defense?
We'll talk to Jim Rutledge tomorrow with Rutledge and Hamilton Crosstalk.
I'm telling you this right now. If you switched the situation where the Bears were down 4 and they had, they were up 4 and with their team, or if it was them being down 4 with Justin Fields, they would say they want to be up 4. They would take Jordan Love on the field being down. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all this right now, because they do not trust their quarterback, and you guys trust their quarterback more than they actually trust their quarterback.
I think that might be derived, though, from Bears fans underappreciating Jordan Love. I don't think they've given him enough love. Yes.
No, they don't trust Justin Fields to drive him downfield for victories. You want to know why? Because he hasn't done it, fellas. When you have not done it, you cannot trust for somebody to do it. And that's the issue that I have with this whole conversation, is that it's not about how bad the Packers defense is. It's not about how great Jordan Love is. It is about how average Justin Fields is to score a touchdown. No.
So where you're flawed, again, is Tommy DeVito was benched after his NFC Player of the Week performance against the Who. Can I talk? Can you shut up for 1 second?
Well, you're not,
because I know where you stand. You're calling Justin Fields average, and Tommy DeVito's running around like Michael Vick against Joe Barry. Next week, Baker Mayfield sets the highest passer rating.
We pick and choose what we want to do. So sit there. Let's not forget about who? Patrick Mahomes. Let's not forget about Justin Herbert. We can't just pick and choose.
That's not how they've won the last 5 weeks to get in a position to make the playoffs.
And quite honestly, all the leads they did get up in the fourth quarter, Falcons, Giants, Raiders, Broncos, all those quarterbacks are benched now. Every one of them.
Done. Finito.
Falcons, Raiders, what was that?
Giants, Broncos.
No, Broncos. All 3 of those games, guess who had the ball at the end of the game?
It doesn't matter.
No. Guess who had?
But you're living. He's living in 2023.
Yeah.
This is 2024. We had 4 touchdowns on New Year's Eve from J Love against a good defense.
I love Jordan Love.
No, you don't.
I do.
Kyle's a fraud.
No,
that's what I take from today.
But I love winning. I just win, baby. And I feel like if you are up in a game late, you have a higher percentage probability chance to win. Everybody likes being a front runner, and that's what I would rather be with 2 minutes left in a game than trying to chase a victory, especially with the playoffs.
Steven chimes in 262. A bird in a hand is greater than 2 in the bush. Go defense. Wise man. Well, that's wiser than anything Kyle Wallace has said the first 30 minutes.
I know, it's like proverb right there.
Wait a minute. So because he said whatever he said, something about birds.
Correct. He just said it more wisely. You're yelling at us and saying we're stupid.
Wait a minute. Break it down. 2 pigeons in the hand is better than 1?
All you need to know is get to Milwaukee Broad House, Jack's American Pub, and Wanakee Golf Course to drive up safely to the game on Sunday. It doesn't matter where you live. Just get to the Milwaukee area, because you want to have that safe ride. You can book a round-trip ride with access to an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate at the bar on Holmgren Way. Make your game day experience a VIP one with your official ride to Green Bay. The bus services have private restrooms and all-you-can-drink packages, and when you use promo code ESPN20 off, ESPN20 off, that will give you a deal that's inclusive for the package that has the tailgate ride and ticket, the deal that has a $20 off your round-trip bus ride to Lambeau Field with the tailgate party. The offer is good today until Jan 6th. So good at Wanakee Golf Course, Milwaukee Broad House, Jack's American Pub. Go to MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com, GolfWanakee.com. Use code ESPN20 off to have a great time on Sunday. Kyle and I will be up there. Look forward to seeing everyone up there, and look forward to seeing Jordan Love end the season with the ball down and scoring to crush the Bears on a bookend Week 1 to Week 18 season. KBN Academy, up next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I nailed it, though. I said, she didn't go to the back of the bus.
Yeah.
Said, I ain't moving.
You right.
I'm not leaving.
Well, I'm
not bleeping leaving.
No, you right.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7 and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University. Affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit summitiwi.com.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Here in Wisconsin, a good old-fashioned is an important way of life. And that's where my friends at Perky's Old Fashioned come in. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to tell you about the easiest way to put together an old-fashioned. Perky's offers both brandy and bourbon old-fashioned mixes. And get this, the booze is already in there. Just add the soda of your choosing, and you'll have Grandma Perky's old-fashioned in the palm of your hand. Perky's is locally made and great for get-togethers of all kinds. Get perked up and head to perkysspirits.com for your nearest Perky's location.
What's better than free? How about play free all year? This January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in reward play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games to earn prize drawing entries. Then stop by each Thursday night in January to see if you're a winner. $400,000 in prizes is up for grabs. Over 40 winners each week. Yeah, free is for me. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is Kyle Broston-Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ooh, the Packers don't lose when Annie Lennox is playing. Walking on broken glass. Turn it up, Chris. I need the vibes right now. Walking on broken glass. Would you rather the Packers be leading with the defense on the field or the offense on the field with them down in the end of the game? Brad and I would rather be down with the offense on the field. I want the ball in Jordan Love's hand. I don't want to see this team get Tommy DeVito'd again. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, across ESPN Wisconsin. We are presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light, which is making it easy to score a seat to Super Bowl 58. Yes, you heard me, Super Bowl 58 with the largest playoff and Super Bowl ticket giveaway ever. And when I say it's easy, it's easy. All you have to do is show love for Bud Light by uploading your proof of purchase, and you are entered to win. So next time you're picking up Bud Light for a full day of games, which we have one weekend, a full day of games, and Super Wildcard Weekend is fun, but you don't know if the Packers are going to be in there. Make sure that you scan the QR code on display, and then you are going to be entered for that chance to win a VIP experience in Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. Must be 21 years or older. Please drink responsibly. Let's do the KBN Academy.
In radio, our goal's pretty simple.
Just so you know, we really suck.
Have an A show or an F show.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
The same goes for topics in this next segment. This is the KBN Academy.
Those that can't do, teach.
Shout out to Alex Strofe, who also shares the same love that I have for Walking on Broken Glass by Annie Lennox. I don't know if he's on the board at ESPN Madison, but he'll be on the Green Bay Game Day pregame show, getting you ready for Packers-Bears with Kyle Wallace, Tori Lowe, Jason Wilde, so make sure you stay tuned across ESPN Wisconsin. But right now it's time for the KBN Academy, in which we have some questions we're going to answer here. We're only allowed to give an A or an F. There's no B's, C's, D's, or anywhere in between. No hedging like Kyle loves to do. So we'll start here. Yeah, I'm just coming at you for no reason. Yesterday at his locker, Packers cornerback Jair Alexander said he wants to be back in Green Bay in 2024. A or F? You want Jair to be back in Green Bay in 2024.
Give me an A. I want Jair back. Let's not forget this guy is an all-pro caliber cornerback. When he is engaged and when his body feels good, he can stick with any of the receivers in the league. And oh yeah, let's not forget, he's got a big old contract, the Packers, that are dedicated to him, and they can't really do much to get out of it. I'd rather be paying him a lot and have him being there and engaged and playing well than paying him a lot and he's not even there at all.
I hope there are a lot of GMs in the NFL that are thinking like you, Brad. I really do, because I hope they still believe that if he is playing well, if he is healthy, if he's there, he's worth every penny. So I'm going to give you a first round or a second round draft pick for him because he can go. I'll let him go, because here's the thing about Jair. Jair has been a headache for a while, but then on top of that, he has been not available. And Ben, what's your best availability?
You don't do me like this. Everyone knows the answer to that question. Don't patronize me.
Well, no, it's what you say. You say availability.
I didn't create what's the best availability.
That's what you say. Did he not say that on this show?
He said it.
He said it. So I was teeing you up to be able to kind of chime in. And so
you're under my skin today.
Best availability is availability, and that's something he has not given. So give it. I want him out of here. So F, I don't want him back on this team. Let's trade him. Let's get assets, and let's move on.
For extra credit, I love when Kyle uses Ben's phrases against him. Whether hope's not a strategy.
Wait a minute.
He doesn't use them against me. He just recycles all the stuff, all my great material.
It's hilarious from my point of view.
I tee him up for what he says. I try to make him sound smart.
Yeah, well, you sounded decently smart there because I'm an F2. Get him out of here, right? Like, we talked about him this season as a net negative. He hasn't been a net positive for this entire season. One apology in front of your locker doesn't remove everything that we've seen throughout the entire season. I'm with it. They traded the wrong damn guy. Rasul would have been great to have because you know what? He's a gamer. He puts himself out. That's a real gamer. That's a gamer who's there more than just for the big game. That's a guy who's there all the time. Get Jair out of here. Give me assets. Figure out the contract later. I'm not a cap guy. We're actually putting an application out right now. We need the KBN capologist.
Yeah, just because availability is your best availability.
Boom. Got it. Moving on to your Milwaukee Bucks, who've lost to the Pacers again last night. They've dropped 4 of their 10 games this season to the Pacers. A or F, you want to see the Bucks Pacers in the playoffs?
Oh, heck yeah, I want to see that. That would be unbelievable. Can you imagine that series? We don't have many gritty, tough rivalries in the NBA anymore. So I want to see the Milwaukee Bucks put the Indiana Pacers in their place, be physical, show them who the real top dog is when it really matters, and that's in the playoffs. The Bucks ain't scared of nobody. Give me all that rivalry.
Brad, you have had a bad show today. First you said you would rather be down in the game with 2 minutes left, which I know you don't believe, because when
I do believe that.
When you play for the Carolina Panthers and the Jaguars, you want to be up in all those games. And you're going to sit here and tell me, after the Milwaukee Bucks lost 4-1 in the series to the Miami Heat, who had our number last season, that you want to play a team that has beaten us not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 damn times already this year. You want to play them in a 7-game series? Are you crazy?
Regression to the mean, baby.
Are you crazy?
Regression to the mean.
Are you scared of the Pacers?
Yes.
Yes, we've lost.
Kyle lives in fear as a Wisconsin sports fan.
We've played them 5 times and we lost to them 4 times already. In a best-of-7 series, they win the series. I'll play any other. Give me the Celtics. Give me the Sixers. Give me the Heat. Give me anybody else.
Okay, now you're just sounding stupid.
No.
You're both having a bad show.
They've beaten us.
Even
they've
the
beaten us
Celtics.
4 times. Do you understand that this is the first time in NBA history in the regular season? I guess I don't know if they consider the in-season regular season. I think it counted towards something. First time you played a team 5 times before January 5th, and you lost 4 of those 5 times. The Bucks have lost 10 times this year, and 4 of them are the one team. One team, and you want to play that team? Are you serious?
Yes, I do. You shouldn't be scared of anyone if you think the Bucks are a top team in the NBA.
They are still the third best odds to win the championship.
The best player in the world.
Matchups mean everything.
Yeah, but guess what?
But you're saying that
you're talking about a young team that hasn't done it. We're talking about Giannis and a team that's like a team that in the playoffs. I'm not worried about the regular season, and I know that's the age-old. It's the NBA regular. It is, but it is. It's the truth. It's the NBA regular season. All that matters is that when you are playing in the playoffs, none of the Tyrese Halliburton games that he's played in the regular season matter.
Dude is cooking like Jimmy Butler.
I'll say this too. If the Bucks lose to the Pacers and that's like a foregone conclusion, they are not even close to the NBA championship.
Back in the day when I was in college, I remember watching one of the most electric players in the NBA, Derrick Rose, in his prime, got cut short with the ACL, but they would beat LeBron and the Heat in regular season games all the time. You know who didn't sweat it? The guy who's been to the finals and won NBA championships. And that's the same way that the Bucks and Giannis should be approaching this Indiana Pacers team.
Would you have preferred to play Kentucky, or would you have preferred to play Wisconsin in the final? Excuse me, UConn in that Final Four game?
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It's about you. It's not about them. I believe that we were good enough to win the national championship, and we were 1 shot away against Kentucky. Who knows if we would have beat UConn? Yeah. You're playing like the revisionist history.
What I'm playing is just the obvious thing. Is everything is about matchups. Everything is about odds. You don't want to play a team that's beating you a lot during the regular season. You'd rather have a team.
Kyle, you live in fear, man.
I don't live in fear. I live in a reality, fellas. That's what it is. That's what.
Your reality is fear.
Statistics are based off what happened in the past, right? So in the NBA this season, this team has beaten you 4 or 5 times. Doesn't mean the Bucks can't beat them in a 7-game series. It means that it may take 7 games to beat the dang Pacers. I'd rather not deal with the stress.
Or it could take 5, like the Heat did as an 8 seed. Like you're reading too much into this 4 games before.
But everybody was nervous about the Heat with the Milwaukee Bucks, were they not?
No. Because, again, Kyle, what you're forgetting is...
I'm not forgetting nothing. I said, listen,
shut it for a second and let me hear you.
Because y'all tripping today.
Because guess what? Guess who swept the Heat in their run to the NBA Finals?
Yeah, that was the year after the Heat.
Okay, but that was after the bubble in which the Heat beat the Bucks. So you probably were like, "Oh, I don't want to see the Heat. They beat us in the bubble."
No, actually,
guess what?
Actually, I wanted to see the Heat because they beat us the previous year, and I was like, "Let's get them."
See, he's moving it all around. I'm done. KBN Academy over. We didn't learn anything. He's not a professor. He's a dummy today, living in fear. Way to take it.
I mean, I'm flabbergasted, and I cannot believe of the absurdity that has come out both of your mouths today.
You need to take that. He needs to take the graduate student. This guy, you got your Central Michigan cape on. Take it off. You're not smart right now.
The lack of faith in the Bucks is shocking.
The lack of faith in the Bucks. I literally said,
give me the best teams in the NBA.
Give me the 76ers. I'd rather have them.
Yeah, those are both better than the Pacers.
The Pacers are beating the snot out of us.
It's January 4th. Dude, shut the heck up. Time for over-under. 800-990-3776. January 4th, Kyle's going to have an aneurysm on the air over the Indiana Pacers. What world am I living in? Chillax. It's Tyrese Halliburton. You have the best player of like the last 10 years on your team, and you're worried about Tyrese Halliburton. So let's go with caller 6, caller 9 for a chance to win a $50 gift card. Kyle, Brad, and I, who have been very, very on the same page the entire show, have to get together and team up because Chris Larson has a category, and we get 10 guesses to get as many right in that category. Chris has an over-under, so caller 6, you get to choose over or under if you believe in us to get his line over or under. Caller 9, you're stuck on the other side. Winner wins a $50 gift card. 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. Caller 6, caller 9, over under. Coming up next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
I'm not taking any credence to the guy kicking it 45, 50 yards down the field.
Nothing wrong with a 40-yard.
Sounds like the specialists were on the same page.
No, he was in the locker room.
Yeah, I'm sure Brad Nortman and Cam Newton were yapping it up together.
Hey, we have the same page, bro.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I cannot imagine that there's any way that he missed the game because he's unhappy that the game was on turf. I think that's preposterous to me.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30.
I thought they looked great. I got to be honest, I think that's what I kind of expected from the Packers.
Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Also sponsored by Construction Business Group and Island Resort and Casino.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm joined by Dr. Mike Jarkson. Doctor, how common is it for somebody to come into OAW with a pretty low quality of life due to pain and immobility, and for them to eventually see those problems go away?
It happens every day here at the Spine Center. Some cases are certainly more drastic than others. We do have cases of patients who literally losing their ability to walk and unfortunately needed an operation and then 2 months later are walking normally again. That's incredibly rewarding. There's also those sports medicine cases where people, just as importantly, can't function the way they want to. That's equally rewarding. Okay, maybe they didn't have as grave a problem as the person who couldn't walk, but for them, it was just as important that they couldn't do the sport or the activity that they wanted to do. Also very rewarding to help those people return to their desired level of activity.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Get your game on at the Island Resort and Casino with first-round picks of your favorite slots and table games. Watch your team compete on big screens in Team McSee's Sports Bar or the Sports Illustrated Sportsbook Room. Yes, you can bet the spread, parlays, futures, and more with Sports Illustrated Sportsbook at Island Resort and Casino. Your place to bet on sports. To book a game-time getaway at the Island, call 800-682-6040 today.
Homer here. There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. She wants a diamond. You know it, I know it, and Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge selection of lab-grown diamonds, and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for $9.99? Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds. $9.99 for a 2-carat pair of diamond studs. Oh, baby! Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield and Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Better for less. Some jewelers are charging nearly $5,000 for a lab-grown diamond. Not Robert Hack. Your visit will be worth it. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. They got some of mine. Remember, before you do anything, call Robert Hack Diamonds. Visit RobertHackDiamonds.com for information, RobertHackDiamonds.com, and visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, let's see if we can come together as a group here. Kyle Bruston Nortman. We're on the same team.
You guys have been really stupid today.
We're off to a great. Shut up!
I hope somebody picked the.
Brad, were you going to attack him during the segment? Because I wasn't.
No, I mean this is the segment where we need to be of one mind.
I mean, I don't. Listen,
we are one.
I'm playing the statistics and the probability, and based off what you have all.
All right, shut up!
Today,
it's time for over under.
I hope it's the easy one.
I'm playing the statistics and probabilities.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
It is over under, which we have stunk at, and I don't feel good about our team chemistry right now, but we're going to battle through it. Here's how the game works. Chris Larson has created a category, and we team up, and we get 10 guesses in that category to get as many right answers as possible. Now, he sets the over-under. David in Pewaukee was caller 6. He chose the over, so he believes in us. We've got to deliver for David. Caller 9, Lauren in Milwaukee, is on the under. So with that, Chris, what is our category and the over-under?
Today's category is the top 10 NFL teams with the most playoff wins since 1958. The top 10 NFL teams with the most playoff wins since 1958, and the over-under is set at 6.5.
Since 1958, most playoff wins.
Yes, the top 10 teams with the most NFL playoff wins since 1958, over-under 6.5.
All right, I feel like we can do this one today, guys. All right.
All right, ready to go?
3,
2, 1, go.
I feel like the Steelers have to be on there.
Yeah, Steelers, Cowboys.
Steelers final.
Steelers are number 2 on the list with 36 total wins since 1958.
Patriots have to be on that list.
Patriots final.
Patriots number 1 on the list with 37 total wins since 1958.
49ers.
Yep, 49ers.
49ers final.
49ers number 3 on the list.
How about
all right, we got 1, 2, 3. Now
let's get the top 3 now.
Now let's start listing out some of ours without finals.
Cowboys won 4 championships, so they should be in
I'm thinking
there.
of long dynasties.
I mean,
they've been around since 1958.
Yeah.
What about the Packers?
Yeah,
Packers
Packers.
Cowboys, Packers.
Bills could be in that conversation too.
But they also sucked for a while.
Back-to-back
Super Bowls.
They've been good now for probably.
Do they have back-to-back Super Bowl appearances?
4 straight Super Bowl losses, I believe.
Huh!
I believe it's 4 straight, right?
Yeah, it's 4 straight.
4 straight playoff losses, and they were good before that.
Should we do Cowboys, Packers, Bills final?
Might as
2 minutes.
Cowboys, Packers, Bills, all 3 final answers. All right.
Okay.
So you got the Packers number 5 on the list with 33 total wins. The Cowboys number 4 with 36 total wins. So you have the top 5 as of right now with one correct and with one incorrect answer.
So what about the Eagles, Giants? I'm thinking long.
The Giants are probably on the list. The Giants are probably on the list.
I like the Giants actually.
Let's go with the New York Football Giants.
The Giants number 10 on the list with 22 wins.
Do you think the Raiders are on that list?
What about the Ravens?
See, the Ravens.
They're a long franchise, though.
But
it's the team.
Are you getting credit then for
yes.
the
They get credit for the Browns. Do the Ravens get credit for the Browns?
Yes.
Ravens final.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they did not get credit for the Browns. Sorry. No, they
the
did
Ravens
not.
only
You're
scratch
good.
it
Yep. Scratch that.
Okay,
Scratch
so
it.
22. The Raiders are
We just
probably on
need.
this list.
Wait, we have
So
1,
we need
2,
one.
3, 4, 5,
You have
6.
6 right so far. Yes.
And one wrong.
And one wrong.
I think
So 3 guesses to get one right.
So the
Let's get
Raiders-
3 guesses
The
before
Raiders
we.
may be on this list. They've been around for a long time.
What about the Eagles?
I like the
Eagles
Eagles.
have been around. Yeah, the Eagles should be on that list because they've won.
Anyone out west?
I have the Raiders is the one thing I was thinking of. The
Tennessee because of the Oilers.
The Oilers, they weren't. The Dolphins, they haven't really done too much lately.
What have you done
Jets
for me
the
lately?
Jets are going to be on. They're not going to be on that list. The Bears, they've been around a long time.
Let's go with the Eagles
30
final.
seconds.
Okay.
Do you think the Bears will be on that list?
No.
I mean, they're they have almost the most wins ever.
80s, they were only really good. But
Yeah,
besides
that's
that,
Raiders final.
nice.
Yes!
And the Raiders number 6 on the list with 25 total wins.
Very good, Kyle. Very, very good.
All right.
Congratulations to David
10,
in Pewaukee.
9,
We're not counting down to anything other than victory. Hey,
good line. By the way.
I feel as if we're coming to a better place today.
No, we're not.
And just to go over the rest of the list here, so you have the Patriots at 37 wins, number 1. Steelers 36, 49ers 36 as well, 3. Cowboys also at 36 at number 4. The Packers at number 5 with 33 total wins. 6 was the Raiders at 25. 7th was the Broncos with 23 total wins.
Elway and
the Rams also number 8 with 23 total wins. And then the Colts
St. Louis to LA
with 23 wins as well.
Is that Baltimore Colts and Indianapolis or no?
That is not, no.
Just the Colts.
Either way,
interesting.
Congratulations to David in Pewaukee. You win on the over. And you also win if you go to the Princeton Club to start your fitness journey because you have a facility in Madison with 8 locations, a facility in New Berlin that is state-of-the-art that I work out at. You can find your better tomorrow there. I've been doing personal training. It's open 24/7. You have free childcare with your membership, which is just amazing to think about that, especially with the kid that I have on the way to know. I mean, I'm not going to go like right away first 3 months, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, though. You got kids, you got life, you want to get the workout in. They'll help take care of that with that childcare with your membership. And again, the club has new equipment coming in. It has better locker rooms coming in. It's always got something. They're investing in you so you can get to your better tomorrow. And the word that they're using right now for 2024, which I love, is courage, because we all need that bump. We all need that boost sometimes to get back in the fitness game. Have that courage, walk into the Princeton Club, get your tour, join, and you will feel what I felt, which is a community and environment that you want to be a part of when you're having a better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We want to know from you. 800-990-3776. It's been a wonky season. How would you describe the Packers' identity in 2 words? That's next in 2 minutes. Do not go anywhere.
Get to and from every home game in Green Bay this football season safely. Milwaukee Broadhouse, Jack's American Pub, and Wanakee Golf Course all offer transportation on game days. Book your round-trip ride from any of these locations and get complimentary access to an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate at the bar on Holmgren Way. Make your reservations now. There's still room for the home finale against Chicago. Visit MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com to book your trip today and use code ESPN20OFF for $20 off your round-trip bus ticket.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust. Men can be their own worst critics, especially as we get older and compare our current self to the younger version. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown help men with testosterone optimization, regenerative medicines, heart health screenings, weight loss, and yes, sexual enhancement services. Forward Healthy Lifestyles can offer regained energy and endurance, more muscle and tone, enhanced performance, joint therapies, and more. Change your life and stop comparing who you are now to who you used to be. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
What's better than free? How about play free all year? This January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in reward play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games to earn prize drawing entries. Then stop by each Thursday night in January to see if you're a winner. $400,000 in prizes is up for grabs. Over 40 winners each week. Yeah, free is for me. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN. Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
800-990-3776. A lot of reaction to the Indiana Pacers. And I never thought on January 4th I would be worried about the Indiana Pacers in my life, and I still find it fascinating. Bucks fans got to stop living in fear. Part of this is tough. I do think they have to make their team better. They have to make some sort of trade in season. But I am not going to sit here and act as if I'm scared of the Indiana Pacers with Giannis Antetokounmpo as my guy on a championship roster against a young team that's never done it. That's neither here nor there. I'm ending that right there. 800-990-3776.
Wait a minute. What are they saying on the Talking Text?
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Are they saying
across
Kyle is right?
ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. And when it comes to the Green Bay Packers and their identity, it's been one that has gone up and it's gone down and it's been this and it's been that. But I would love for our resident nerd, our wordsmith, our guy, our longtime NFL punter and financial guru, Brad Nortman, to give, and you as well, 800-990-3776 on YouTube, at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee. What 2 words would you use to describe the Green Bay Packers' identity this season?
I'm going to give you 2 words. I'm also going to further an analogy that we talked about a little bit earlier in the year.
Powerful.
The 2 words, yes, that describe the Green Bay Packers' identity through these eyes right here is explosive and immature. Now, what do you know? What kind of person in their age range of growth is also explosive and immature? Those are teenagers. They are teenagers. Earlier in the year, Matt LaFleur, he was dealing with toddlers. They were immature. You don't know where they were going to be. It was completely up in the air. It was chaos and it was mess. Well, that team growed up. They are now in high school and they are teenagers. What do we know about teenagers? Honestly, you don't know what they're going to be like any given morning. They're going to wake up. They could be moody. They could be on par. And the next minute, bam, they're out there on the football field looking great. Bam, they're acing a test. Next minute, they're failing a test. That is what this Green Bay Packers offense, defense, special teams, entire team is. You see the potential. You see the growth. You see what they could be. When they're on the field, when they're making plays, you see explosiveness. You see immaturity, though, because you don't know which person's going to show up. You don't know if it's going to be the A-plus team that beats the Lions on Thanksgiving and the Kansas City Chiefs, or the team that gets blown out by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and almost loses to the Carolina Panthers. So this team, as I look at them, it's a wide range of what you might get on any given day, which is a hallmark of immaturity, but you can't overlook the talent that's there, the potential. And honestly, they do some things that few other teams can do. Therefore, you also must appreciate their explosiveness on the field. Explosive and mature, just like teenagers.
Yeah, so, I mean, I like that. They are explosive and they are extremely immature. But for me, the 2 words that I'm thinking about when it comes to this Green Bay Packers team, I'm going to keep it real simple and funky and fresh. It's love and LaFleur. Those are the 2 words, the only thing I use to describe what the identity of this team is. And I say Jordan Love because Jordan Love is the quarterback. He's the commander-in-chief of this, not only offense, but also of this football team. You could in Matt LaFleur this season, there was a lot of questions around what the identity was. We questioned his identity. We questioned his toughness as a coach. But you know what they did together? They came together as a unit. They worked together the last 4 years, and they stayed steady. They didn't allow the outside noise. They didn't allow for losing. They didn't allow for disappointments. They didn't allow for when the momentum went in a negative direction for that to shift their focus on what the ultimate goal was. This season, the Green Bay Packers, with the first-year starter in Jordan Love, who has thrown for over 30 touchdown passes, rushed for 4 touchdown passes, who should have been in the Pro Bowl. This guy has an opportunity.
I love how the Pro Bowl's living rent-free in your head.
This young man has an opportunity to do something very special and historic in Green Bay Packers history. He has a chance on Sunday not only to beat the Minnesota Vikings, but also beat the Bears on their way to a playoff berth and become the first quarterback in the historic Green Bay Packers franchise in his first season as a full-time starter to lead the Packers to the playoffs. This is the opportunity that he has in front of him. He can make history, and this is all after a year that you lost one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time and the greatest quarterback to ever play for the Green Bay Packers, statistically, in Aaron Rodgers. Love and LaFleur are the identity of this football team.
And I'd love to see the identity of Love and LaFleur show up in the offense if they are down 1 score late in the game. He's making an argument for us. 800-990-3776. Chris in Muskego, your 2 words on the Green Bay Packers.
Extremely unpredictable.
It's a good one.
You don't know if defense is going to show up or not. You don't know if you're going to get a Viking game from last week. I don't care who the quarterback was. They played awesome. Or if you're going to get the Joe Barry, I'm going to play soft and 25 yards off the ball when we're 3rd and 2. And you don't know if Jordan Love's going to be in rhythm and going, or if the Chicago Bear defense is going to screw with his brain. So to me, they're unpredictable.
You're spot on, Chris and Muskego, because mine were one word from Kyle and kind of a word from yours: love and volatile. Volatile. Does it matter which way you say it?
Volatile sounds sophisticated.
Let's go with volatile. Love and volatile.
Volatile.
Because Brad Nortman, our wordsmith, said it's good. Love, it's simple, right? This entire season was based on Jordan Love. You moved on from a Hall of Fame quarterback. You moved on from a guy that lost this game last year against the Lions to go to the playoffs. And Goody put his trust in Jordan Love. And Jordan Love has delivered far beyond, I guarantee, what Brian and this organization thought. And basically every beat writer that was watching mandatory mini camps and training camp, nobody thought Jordan Love would be 30 touchdowns heading into last game of the season, playing for a chance to make the playoffs because of his play. Because last time I remember in the summer, the strength of this team was supposed to be the run game and the defense. Think about that. Think about that shift. It's been Jordan Love and the volatile, from David Bakhtiari to Jair to injuries to Matt LaFleur to like questioning Goody early in the season. Why did he give him just rookies on the wide receiver and tight end position? Right? Is growing young really going to be the right? Like, think about what we were saying about this team at 2-5 versus what we're saying about them right now at 8-8. It has been a wild season, a fun season, but a fun season that I feel like doesn't have an end on Sunday. Right? It just, like, to me, last year, I think we hit on this in this same situation where they were playing the Detroit Lions to get into the playoffs. It felt as if, like, I don't know. There's something off.
The season was a failure at that moment.
Correct.
So none of us believed that we could.
And I think that team felt it. This team feels like they're continuing to prove something, and I'm excited. Those are my two words: love and volatile. Volatile. 800-990-3776. We have on YouTube as well. Very bad. Ayo, if you're a punny person out there,
very, very good.
You like that? Are you a pun guy?
That was good, yeah. I laughed, actually. I chuckled when I saw it. Actually, you can see I said, ha-ha. Follow us on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Ha-ha.
Ha. No, literally, when I say ha-ha, it's ha-ha.
So is that one word or two words?
It's two. Ha-ha. I don't know.
Big Daddy Bobo chimes in. I got the hand up. I should have read Bobo's before reading. That's on me. 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. Chris, I'll throw it to you. Someone from the outside, not living and dying with the green and gold. How would you describe them in two words?
I have to go with what TVV said yesterday on the Homer Hour, which you can listen back to at WisconsinOnDemand.com. Eye-opening, because I thought this team was going to be pretty similar to what the team was last season, but they've been a lot better than I thought they were going to be this season. I pegged them for 8 wins to start the season. They have 8 wins right now. They could very well surpass that. So they've been eye-opening in the sense that I didn't think the offense would be up to par where they are right now.
I mean, that's fair. Look, I think all of them hit a common theme, right? Like, there's an overachievement here, right? Like, you talk about them being immature, but you also talk about them in a positive way. Kyle's talking about Love and LaFleur. Well, guess what? Love and LaFleur are the reason why they're in a de facto playoff game to come out here on Sunday and bookend the season against the Bears. I'm loving volatile.
And when I think about it, it's so interesting what you said, Ben, that when you started the year, this would not be the words you'd probably use to describe this team before week 1. And so they've evolved over time. And it just makes me think, like, what do you think LaFleur intended for this team to look like? Because I don't know if he would.
I don't think he knew.
Do you think he just going into it thinking that this team is so young, this could be anything?
Why do you think we had so many conversations about like who this team was, how they got to 2-5? Because they were running into each other, running routes. It's hard to create an identity when you have guys literally not getting basic concepts of your offense down.
I think he believed in this team. From the very beginning, he believed that if this team were to
Ted Lasso?
No. Haven't seen that, but heard it's funny. I believe that he thought that this team could grow together. I mean, that was the philosophy that they had, and that's why I think for him to never kind of deviate off the path of what he believed it was. When he said everything, it was calculated. He finally said, listen, fellas, we had 5-6 weeks. It's time to grow up. You know what, Jordan Love? We've been playing it safe. It's time to let it rip. Every time he said something, his team has responded by growing up. His team has responded by Jordan Love letting it rip and looking like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And check the stats and check the film. The boy looks good. Every time he said something, it seems like the team responded, even down to Jair Alexander last week getting suspended and him saying, we had a good conversation with Jair. And lo and behold, I can't believe Jair came out yesterday and actually sounded like he was all bought in. Matt LaFleur has a great pulse on this team, and this is why he deserves so much credit. And his identity is definitely imprinted on this team. It's a team that does not lose confidence and believes in the G on the helmet.
I don't know if I should be shocked or disappointed. 800-990-3776. How many people can't just stick to 2 words? It is fascinating. Barry's butt on fire. That's not 2 words. That's 4. Defensive turnovers.
Defense and turnovers?
I mean,
is that supposed to be sarcastic?
No, that one was good.
Wait, I mean, defense and like the Packers turned the ball over? Because they're not getting turnovers.
Defense not getting turnovers?
Defense not getting turnovers.
Good job, everybody. Hillsey chimes in. He says, Ben is so proud of himself for discovering multiple pronunciations of the word volatile/volatile.
You know what? Okay, it's funny you say that about like people not sticking to one word, because throughout this conversation, I'm just dwelling on the Packers season. And it goes with my teenager analogy of growth. I still can't believe this team is in playoff contention. In October, we were like, this team might have a shot for a top 3 draft pick. It is unbelievable to witness this team's growth. You usually can't do that, honestly. It usually takes seasons for the growth. They did it in like 2 months.
Dave from Aaron chimes in. He follows the rules up and coming.
Okay.
It's kind of like a phrase in 2 words in one. I'd say that's the most powerful one yet. 800-990-37. Defense and turnovers. Like, come on, Kyle. You're being the professor that you were.
What do you mean? You just said that was a great one. It was 2 words. It wasn't 2 words. It was 3 words. Up and coming.
Defense and turnovers. You don't count that one.
Defense and turnovers.
Those are. It's interesting. It is a 3-word phrase.
Semantics off. I'm done. No semantics off.
Well, you can't praise it and then all of a sudden say 3 words.
Let's see if a reporter and a journalist that we hear every day 9 to noon across these stations, Jason Wilde, who's joining us next, will be able to provide 2 words for the Green Bay Packers. That's next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
My offer, as we've come up with the KBN, thanks to JD and Fondy, reutilizing Judy, who is still in my garage right now.
Is she a big booty Judy or a little flapjack booty Judy?
She's got a little something to her. I'll say that.
Oh, she got some
Judy the blow-up doll. She got a little something to her.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We do have an accident to start things off on 41 southbound right over Mayfair Road. It is off on the right shoulder. But for the most part, everything's moving along pretty well. Maybe a quick tightening up right past Capitol Drive on 41. Southbound 43, though, that's a different story. We're seeing back out Silver Spring all the way down towards Locust. Overall, we're looking at a 16-minute ride from Brown Deer Road into downtown. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Delafield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high of 37. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play Whistling Straits and other Pro Tour courses, whatever the weather is, in one of their 12 state-of-the-art simulators.
The stage is set. It's Michigan and Washington battling for the title. This is Boucher Automotive College Football Championship Week. Tune into our coverage all week long and catch the game right here on 94.5 ESPN on January 8th. With 16 new car brands, over 35 pre-owned brands, and 5,000 vehicles in stock. Boucher Automotive is where you'll find your next ride. It's Boucher Automotive College Football Championship Week on 94.5 ESPN.
Even when
The weather outside is frightful. Your energy bill could be much more delightful. Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin offers some of the most energy efficient windows in the industry, designed to keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Pella's premium wood windows and patio doors feature distinguished craftsmanship and nearly endless possibilities, with maximum design flexibility in dramatic sizes, custom colors, finishes, profiles, product types, and more. Hurry! To get the 0% interest up to 36 months, you have to book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics right now and make 2024 the year that you are back living normal life again. Hey, this is Brad Nortman. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. They are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These all-natural treatments can repair and restore that damaged tissue, giving you pain-free movement again. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country. People who had knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, who are able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. If you have pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out. The future of medicine is here. Regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Make the call now so you can get the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love. And don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Again, 414-285-3474.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Player, get your mail. It's only two places you end up, either dead or in jail. Still know where to go.
All right, we're getting better, KBN Nation. Very proud. John chimes in with the two words to describe the Packers' identity as confidently dangerous. No and in there. You good with that one, Kyle? The word police? Kyle?
I'm sorry, I'm just jamming out to this song. What'd you say now? Wait a
When
minute.
Kyle's jamming, when he's in the vibe, literally, he's in his
job
own
is not
world.
to be in the vibe.
I know it.
When we are in the show, his job is to be present.
Wait, the song says two words. That's the part for the show.
Carpe diem?
Live in the moment, seize the moment.
day.
Seize the day.
Seize the day.
Kyle, that's three words. I can't believe you allowed that.
Carpe diem? Isn't that two?
Well, seize the day.
It's two words in Latin, meaning three English words.
Yeah, but in Latin, it's carpe diem is seize the day.
Yeah.
So
Love a good semantics.
open the gates and seize the day.
I guess we need to describe our what is that? A preposition? Ands.
Well, now we're getting really too deep. Prepositions?
A's.
I don't know.
Are those
I
included?
suck at grammar.
Yeah, I wasn't great at it either.
It's tough.
Really?
No, I still struggle with commas. I still don't know how to use a semicolon correctly.
Useless. It's useless.
You think semicolons are useless?
For what the work we do, it is. We're not copy editors.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff we learn in school is almost useless.
What about when you guys write your book on all the experiences that you guys have had on these airwaves? People are hungry for them.
Wait a minute. Don't you have a father-in-law that published a book?
Yes.
Did he do the copy editing himself, or did he send it to a publisher? Oh, thank you. So, I'll have an editor too.
Okay, there you go.
Also, we have Dave from Aaron shouting out Kyle for being the two words police. So thank you, Kyle. Shout out to Dennis as well, who's hunting and listening to KBN, I believe.
Wait, where do you hunt at right now? Down south? Is hunting legal right now? Is it still hunting season?
I'm not a hunting expert.
We got Dean. Dean, two words. defensive collapse. And that leads me to an earlier conversation that we had that is on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Would you rather, in the one-score game, last possession, the Packers be down with the ball or up on defense? And when I see defensive collapse, it makes me just shake. I know the statistics are, as Brad pointed out, 20% of the time, offenses score a touchdown. Throw those statistics out. Give me Joe Barry's numbers against Tommy DeVito and Baker Mayfield and all those bad losses that have him wanting you to get him fired in the middle of the season, Kyle.
You're picking and choosing. You really are. You're picking and choosing what games you want to bring up. I do not trust Joe Barry at
I'm
all.
choosing the ones that are most recent.
I like winning. You know what I like about winning? I like having the lead. That's what lead to winning. And so I will take that. 2 minutes with Justin Fields. If you had to choose a quarterback that you want to be against, wouldn't Justin Fields be one? In the NFC North, you say you
So,
want...
Kyle, can I help you real quick?
They've done a lot worse.
Let me help Kyle. Let me help Kyle here.
Please help Kyle.
So what you really could do to swing your argument even further is not say Justin Fields. You could say the Bears defense is number one against the run in the league and has given up 13.3 points per game their last 6. So if you believe...
I don't believe in the Bears defense.
Okay, well, I'm not going to sit here. I'm done with you.
I'm not going to sit here and act
That's the best argument for his argument.
That's a strong argument.
This is where you guys are confused. You believe that I don't
You
think
watched one game against the Vikings and he thinks Justin Fields is just that.
You believe that
if you just watch one game of Jordan Love where he played bad when they were 2-5, you would just think that. Okay. And that's why I think you're being unfair to Justin Fields, who I don't even want to defend because I don't think is very good. You're just overvaluing
How am I being unfair to a guy that the franchise doesn't even, they're still evaluating? The Green Bay Packers
it's a predicament that you want to be in a way of either having a guy that you sign and can draft another wide receiver or draft a number one quarterback with the number one pick and have a 5-year window with that rookie contract.
If you have a mediocre quarterback, you don't have a championship quarterback, and that's what Justin Fields has been. He's been mediocre, fellas. He's been mediocre, and it ain't like magic.
The team's buying into him, and again, I'm done talking about the Bears because they're like, again, Kyle's watched Justin Fields against Josh Dobbs on a Monday Night Football game, and this is all he can think about.
And the one thing that he does do, he turns the ball over, right? He throws picks and he fumbles.
And he takes sacks.
But the Packers they don't cause turnovers. Like I don't know what they are in the league, but from watching the Packers, they are not a turnover-causing team. Didn't they not have a pick for like 5 weeks? It's something crazy. So like
Justin Fields just torched the Green Bay Packers when they played them?
Didn't he do that last year? Didn't he have like 100-some rushing yards against them last year?
But again,
did they win?
No. Kyle,
okay.
Kyle, you're not using the context of this year.
I'm using the context of this year. Justin Fields has been okay this year. What are we talking about?
But Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito.
Patrick Mahomes. Justin Herbert. Like, we can do this all day.
But you're talking about games that were 8 games ago versus more recent, dude.
Wait, when did they play the Chiefs? Right before they played the Giants?
Chiefs were after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay, and then who did they play after they beat the Chiefs?
Giants.
Okay, so we can go to Tommy DeVito, but that's cut off.
But that's literally when the downfall of the defense happened. And that's why it's a fair argument to use. That's when you started on these airwaves saying, get him out of here. I want him gone.
I want Joe Barry. I still want him gone, but you're asking me if I want the lead with up by 4 with 2 minutes left. Yes, I want the lead. That's the question.
Can't you see, though, that scenario playing out and the Packers giving it up and we just all sitting back here again saying, you know what, we saw this coming. How many times do we need to see the same story over and over?
Or can't we see the scenario where the Green Bay Packers are down by 4 and Jordan Love throws an interception to end the game?
I'd rather it be that way than lose by Joe Barry.
At least there's
in the defense.
let's
bring a real mind into this. Not Brad, not Kyle, not myself, but Jason Wilde, who you can hear every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to noon. He's probably on Saturdays sometime. You're going to hear him this Sunday on the Green Bay Game Day pregame show with Kyle Wallace, with Alex Strofe, Tori Lowe. You hear him in the second hour of the program. He is Jason Wilde. Jason, thanks for joining Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys. Our friends at ESPN Chicago, our teammates Waddle and Sylvie, kept me longer than expected. I guess I was just that good. So
hey,
Let me keep the momentum rolling with you three.
Yeah, we'll do it. And we need your help here because it's about 50-50 on the poll right now. Yes, we definitely do.
It's not. What poll?
Our poll.
Our poll.
It's close to 50-50. Kyle.
It's within the margin of error, Kyle.
So Brad and I believe, Jason, that if it came down to this, and statistically we do know that 20% of the time the offense scores a touchdown, but that is not the scenario we're talking about. We're talking about if the Packers on the last possession were down and Jordan Love had the football, would you rather have that or Justin Fields have the ball against Joe Barry's defense?
Well, I want Jordan Love to have the ball.
Thank you.
This is crazy.
Preach, Kyle.
No, this is Wait
a minute. Wait. All right. So let me. Am I a Packers fan in this equation?
No, you're just.
Or am I just a fan of football, thinking what is the more likely scenario?
Which one is going to get you a Which one do you trust to give you a victory more? Being up 4 with 2 minutes left with Joe Barry's defense, or being down 4 with 2 minutes left with Jordan Love on the field?
Oh, so we're all right. Because if you're asking whose chances do I like of scoring a go-ahead touchdown more, Justin Fields going against Joe Barry's defense or Jordan Love going against the Bears defense, I am probably picking Justin Fields. Because he's going against Joe Barry's defense, as opposed to, I think Jordan Love is going against a better defense right now because of the way the Bears defense has played the last 6-7 games, right?
Yes.
But if you're asking me if I'm the Packers and what do I want to see at the end of a game, or what am I going to be most confident in? Joe Barry's defense getting the stop to end the game, or Jordan Love going and winning the game? I'm picking Jordan Love going and winning the game. I've already seen him go win a game and then see the defense give it back.
Beautifully said, Jason. Beautifully said.
Kyle keeps saying Justin Fields is average, and I said, well, guess what? Tommy DeVito was benched.
Why would anybody want to be down with 4 minutes? Why would I pick that scenario? I wouldn't pick that scenario. I want the Packers to be up at all times. Why would I pick a scenario where we're already down? Fan brain. That's just logical. No
just
team
so you
in the NFL wants to be
Brad,
down.
myself, and Jason we're not yelling. We're just telling you what our thoughts are. So please let Jason continue.
Go ahead, Jason. I would love to.
No, Kyle, it's okay. You bring the passion. It's one of the great things about you. I'm just saying, if the game is on the line, if it's a close game, right? It's a one-score game. The Packers can win the game with a touchdown, or let's say they can even tie the game with a field goal. I would be more nervous if I was a Packers fan about Joe Barry's defense protecting the lead, because here's the thing. Like, I know Justin Fields is not the second coming of Tom Brady, right? I just got done talking with Waddle and Sylvie about him, and I really, he's got all the intangibles. They love him down
Teammates
there.
love him.
His team loves him. Like he's a great leader. He's a great dude. All those things. I don't know if he's going to be a great quarterback. Like, he has great moments, but he is inconsistent, right? And he was great against Atlanta last week. But my point is that I don't have a ton of faith in Joe Barry's defense getting the stop against him with the game on the line. Now, if it was, Jaron Hall, who they, ran out of U.S. Bank Stadium at halftime because he was so bad against Joe Barry's defense, then it's a little bit different. But
hey, at least Joe Barry's got Brett Rippon and Jared Hall on the, got him out of the leagues sort of thing.
Right. Like, imagine what their numbers would be if they hadn't faced those two guys and they'd have faced, Kirk Cousins again and Matthew Stafford. So that's all. You're right. The logical statement is I want to be winning the game, not losing. But we saw it. You mentioned Tommy DeVito. The Packers were losing. They go down, get the go-ahead touchdown, and then they watch the defense give it back in one fell swoop.
And we've also, Jason, you've heard it in the postgame, right? Joe Barry talked twice about miscommunications in those late-game scenarios. Like, why do we want to trust that?
Yeah, obviously, if you're Kyle and you love the Packers, the best scenario is you're up by 2 scores, and if Joe Barry's defense gives up a score late, that's fine. As long as I recover the onside kick, I don't care. But I don't know if that'll be the scenario on Sunday.
Jason, something else we were trying to chop up here on KBN is, how would you describe, we're using 2 words now, How would you describe this Green Bay Packers team identity? 2 words only, though.
Incredible growth.
It's a good one.
That's not really an identity, though. It's what's happened.
That's okay.
Right?
No, I mean, your 2 words can be your 2 words. We'll let you expound.
Yeah. It's not an identity. But look, I've said this a bunch. I don't want to be a broken record, especially now that the girls have vinyl. The girls are very excited. They got a record player for Christmas, and they got some Taylor Swift and Pink vinyl records. And I don't understand the excitement other than the nostalgia of something they don't even know existed before, because they are not old enough to remember having records. But
Jason,
be that as it may.
Jason,
I don't want to be a broken record.
I know it's not about broken records, but I just want to interject. I saw a vinyl player this weekend on New Year's Eve. We did like a little vinyl party, and it is incredible that they play the way the music comes out the little disc like that. It's like little grooves and lines.
It's incredible.
It is absolutely, the technology is crazy.
It doesn't make sense. I think we should go back to it.
It is crazy to me.
Yeah, they would rather play their records now than they would play something just off of Spotify. And I can't wait for the vinyl version of KBN to come out. I want to see what the record cover, what you guys will pose in, what kind of outfit.
People all over the world. Join.
The album cover is always crucial. So anyway, I thought Jordan would be good by the end of the season. Not great, not very good, just good. And he has been better than I thought, faster than I thought. And so to me, the acceleration of his growth and all those young guys around him who are getting to the right place at the right time, they're where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there. It's happened faster than I expected. Now, I keep preaching a little bit of, slow your roll, just that there's going to be, whether it's Sunday or whether it's next season at times, there's going to be frustration and adversity in times where Jordan doesn't play well. And I'm eager to see, with a year full of tape, how teams defend him differently, right? Because that's part of it too. But I just think the growth that they have shown on the offensive side of the ball is what has defined this season more than anything else.
Jason, we appreciate you joining us. I know hopefully you had a great time with our guys, Waddle and Sylvie. I think we'll be seeing David Kaplan at the Tundra Trio on Sunday. Wearing a Tom Waddle jersey that was game-worn, the only game-worn Tom Waddle jersey that Tom had. So we'll see Cap. We'll see you up there. Listen to Jason Monday through Friday on Wilde and Tausch, and, of course, on the Green Bay Game Day pregame show. Thank you, Jason.
All right, fellas. Good to be with you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. You heard where you can hear him. Catch him basically YouTube, Spotify, wherever you want to find him. It is Kyle Bruston Nortman, and we do this every Thursday. It's time to hear from the people all around our office. What takes are they hot on? Coming up next is the Take Machine.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
And I'm sure he'll offer this opportunity again.
Absolutely
What are you going to sell? What are you going to say to Ben Bruston?
You don't get your hand on my goddamn face. No, it's a no. I can say it in different languages. No, no, no.
Niche or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Nine. That's a firm way to say no.
Nine. Next time we say nine.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
About a 15-minute ride for you on 43 southbound from Brown Deer Road into downtown. Most of those delays happening between Silver Spring and Locust. Northbound on 43, looking pretty good out of the Marquette all the way up into Ozaukee County. Southbound on 41, an accident right over Mayfair Road off on the right shoulder, not really affecting the ride too much at all. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high of 37. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Bulaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragway. Gear up for the spring season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragway. Season-long family passes are available now at GreatLakesDragway.com.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out, and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust. Men can be their own worst critics, especially as we get older and compare our current self to the younger version. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown help men with testosterone optimization, regenerative medicines, heart health screenings, weight loss, and yes, sexual enhancement services. Forward Healthy Lifestyles can offer regained energy and endurance, more muscle and tone, enhanced performance, joint therapies, and more. Change your life and stop comparing who you are now to who you used to be. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation.
Hey, trailblazing business owners, tired of blending into the background? It's time to turn up the volume and make your mark with a podcast that screams, "We're here, and we mean business." Podcast Plus gives your brand the opportunity to join the podcast revolution. It's time to show that you and your company are the experts by creating engaging content that captivates and entertains. Head to mynewpodcast.com and connect with experts to create a podcast that will allow you to connect with your audience on a personal level, so you can break through all the noise. Plus, we offer professional script writing, pre- and post-production, graphic design experts for a captivating page, and distribution on all major platforms. All this produced from our state-of-the-art studios. Sign up today at mynewpodcast.com, or for more information and to get a free consultation with a podcast expert, call 888-324-0035. That's 888-324-0035. Enhance your brand with your own podcast today and reach new clients 24/7. Call 888-324-0035. That's 888-324-0035. Or sign up now at mynewpodcast.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Back then, we'd spend nights in front of the boob tube. We'd take our same seats, smoke cigarettes, and watch until the station played. We all smoked in those days. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now. Surviving lung cancer starts with a scan. Learn more at screenyourlungs.org. This PSA was made possible by industry funding and guidance from lung cancer patient groups.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Every Thursday. Love the Willy Wonka sound effects for the record. We do the Take Machine. You're listening to Kyle. Love it. You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, and we curate a lot of takes from people around the office, and if they're any good, we bring them there. Kyle, myself, Brad, we haven't heard them. We react. Let's go to the Take Machine.
We've all got them. Sometimes they leave you with a good feeling.
You're incredible.
But most of the time they end up leaving you unsatisfied.
Do you have anything bigger?
This is the Take Machine on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Shout out to Ashton Rotman. Made some great imaging for this segment. Again, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman.
We should take
here.
our clothes off whenever we hear this.
All right, let's not do that. Let's not. Hey! HR, I see a stomach. Hey!
You see my stomach.
Chris, let's hear the first take from somebody that we don't know in this office. I know all their voices.
I actually think Justin Fields would have a good time in Green Bay.
Ooh.
Is he saying that the Bears are going to do well in Green Bay, therefore have a good time?
No.
Or like touristy hanging out Green Bay.
I mean, let's be honest. Justin Fields yesterday kind of put up some bulletin board material up there. Let's toss it up there, Chris, for the people to hear. Oh, he doesn't have it. I'm sorry. I misheard that. Basically, he said the only thing that Green Bay fans have to do is to watch football and clap. And, you know, he's not kind of wrong, but when it comes to the take of Justin Fields is going to have a good time in Green Bay, is he?
Yeah, I actually think so.
Well,
if he went there, not for the game, on Sunday, no, he's not going to have a good time. So he probably won't want to go there. But if he was a young man going out just to kick it, let me tell you what they think about all black people who go in Green Bay. They think you all play football. You know what? That brother plays football. He's a single man. He's going to have a great time at some club there.
Are you speaking from experience?
I may have been called Eddie Lacy once or twice in my life before.
Oh, no!
Eddie
was this after the China food?
This is Fat Eddie. This is probably Fat Eddie.
No. You were Fat Kyle, Fat Eddie?
I mean, I'm about 200-some pounds. Yeah, about 215.
Let's hear Justin Fields yesterday.
It'll be a fun environment to walk into. Their home field. I know their fans going to be loud because there's not much to do in Green Bay except watch football. But
ha ha ha! I still hate that media laugh.
You know what? There's a reason why people that live in Chicago, particularly in Illinois, that they come up to Wisconsin for their vacation homes. Nobody's going the other direction. Like, oh yeah, let's get a vacation home in Chicago or Illinois. Everybody's going north. So I bet you he'd be able to find a nice lake home somewhere in that Green Bay area.
Last time I was down Michigan Avenue in Chicago, wasn't as fun as it used to be 10 years ago. Just saying.
I have no interest in going down there. Too crowded.
Too crowded?
Yeah, I feel trapped. It's like a grid that you're trapped in. I hate it.
That stadium's awful too, by the way.
Awful.
Let's hit the next take.
College basketball coaches should be allowed to play defense on one possession per game.
That's good. I love that. I don't think the take is correct, but I love the office of Good Karma Brands Milwaukee with way too many Marquette graduates leaning in and protecting their prized possession that has not gotten past the round of 32 since God knows when, and Shaka Smart, that is. Like Shaka. Great guy. Seems to be great for the community. Players seem to love him. But until you get to a Sweet 16 in Marquette, I don't care. He's not above the law. Again, as Homer said, it was some good defense. That was a good stance. He cut off a baseline drive. Marquette was playing 6 defenders against 5 offensive people on Creighton. Better defense than I've ever played in my life, but I also wasn't the 6th defender.
Think about some of these college basketball coaches if they were forced to play one possession. These guys, you'd be like moving on from Coach K pretty quickly, right?
John Shire won a national championship with Duke, and he's the head coach now.
That's true. You think about that, how that would factor into your hiring decisions. You'd want a young, spry.
What about for football
coach? Oh,
Luke Fickell.
Luke Fickell would be pretty good in there. Jimmy Leonard.
Brett Bielema.
Yeah, Jimmy will be good.
Oh, no. I got the middle, Brett.
Brett would be a great DC.
He would be a good nose tackle.
Yeah. Actually, the Badgers could have used Brett Bielema on that D-line this year.
You got nothing on Shaka just playing defense and everyone around these offices just protecting him?
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious.
Funny.
The take is obviously a joke.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't know. I think it was serious. I know this person. He's an idiot.
No, it's hilarious. I love it. I love the take. I'll give him that. Though it's not real, I love the take. So bravo to that one. That was hilarious.
Pump it, Chris.
Joshie DiMaggio here with another edition of the Take Machine. I'm your Take Machine sensei. I'm sick and tired of people telling me how busy they are. We're all busy. Everybody's got stuff to do. Everybody's got plans. You're not as busy as you think you are. Manage your time better. Be better with all the things you got to do in a day. It's not my problem. I don't care how busy you are. No one cares how busy you are. Shut up about being busy already. Also, Packers by 30 this weekend.
Joshie Sensei Take Machine DiMaggio.
I love how last week he even came in. He's like, I am your creator. I started you. I'm the originator of the Take Machine, which he is.
Oh, where was I last week? Did he say that?
I think he did.
2 weeks ago.
You were probably dancing to bump back music and we're listening.
But good, yes.
Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Either way, I actually like this take. I feel like the word busy is a weird badge of honor in the U.S. culture. It's like, oh, I'm so busy. It's like, oh, you have all these important things to do. Excuse me.
Well, I'm sorry we all just don't have 2 hours to wake up and eat oatmeal and read the newspaper.
Hey, don't hate on my rhythms. Don't hate on my rhythms.
Kyle and I are out here grinding, man. We busy, Kyle.
Don't put that with
Kyle, we busy.
We are.
And wear it as a badge of honor. You're so proud of your busyness.
I'll say this. When you're busy, people know. You ain't gotta tell them. You ain't gotta say it because they'll say, "Dang, They know because they say,
you tell them everything you're doing.
No, because Kyle's not accessible because he's running around fixing everyone's problems.
Yeah. My team morale is probably down right
Kyle's
now.
not.
I'm
walking by
but
like,
you only
I'm
know
busy.
that. You only know that when you say, "Oh, I got all this stuff I'm doing. I got this. I got that. I'm busy."
Listen, when
just because you live a luscious, relaxing life.
When Brad strolls out of here at 5:02, you know what I'm doing? You know what Ben's doing?
What's that?
We're out here grinding.
Hey,
out here
good,
grinding.
good for you guys. Badge of honor.
Love being a part of this.
While y'all sending text messages at 6 o'clock, you know what Kyle's doing? Grinding, working still.
And you're proud to say it.
I am proud.
Exactly as Joshy is saying.
5:30, betting with Brust, Rutledge and Hamilton, ESPN Madison, grinding.
Yeah,
good for you guys.
Maybe you
I'm giving you your honor. Congratulations on being busy.
I don't like the way you're saying that.
I don't like it either. I you know what? We're a pro-busy show.
Congratulations on being so busy.
You know what?
Time
I'm in the middle of trying to buy a house. I'm having a baby.
You're busy,
I'm trying to work. I'm busy. Brad.
Busy. That sounds busy to me.
Yeah, all of us can't organize our Jaguars, Carolina,
and have our meals planned out for the next 2 years. And have Christmas presents planned out and packed for the next vacation.
He's already packed for his next vacation. He don't know when, but he knows he's going to be ready to go.
You'll never know. You'll never know when it
comes. This take has led me to not liking Josh DiMaggio's take and not liking Brad Nortman's take. You know why? Because it's showing who he really is. Just an elitist snob.
He is an elitist
snob. Dang, that's harsh. That's from the top rope.
Yeah.
That Brookfield
you come in
really
our
showing.
life.
But wait, but on the flip side, I don't flaunt my lack of busyness. So that's the same thing. That is the same thing.
Look at me. I'm not busy.
Imagine if I walked in and said, "Oh my gosh, guys, I slept." Hey. What is your life like? Oh, I'm so
You do that.
No, I don't.
You do that.
Why do I do that?
When Brad walks out downstairs and sees us go upstairs, he probably goes and says, "Whoa, I'm glad I'm done. I ain't got to do that."
Hey, see you guys. Good luck.
That's what he says, though. See you later. Bye, Brad.
Is that all we got for the take machine?
That's it for this week's edition of the Take Machine.
Oh,
thank God. I don't want to hear Brad anymore on these. He's out of touch with reality.
No, Brad was burnt out from these shows. He was like, shoot.
Yeah. I'm doing all my pre-show prep. I'm already thinking about next show.
You sure?
I'm trying to pour it all into this 2 to 5.
I appreciate you, Brad.
Got it.
You and everything.
KBN,
I don't appreciate him anymore.
KBN
He's not
for
busy
life.
enough. He's not busy enough. Enjoying life too much.
He's officially a former NFL player. They get to do things they love, and they don't have to do I don't know why you're doing that 8 to 5 or 8 to 6 in the business world.
In retrospect, I'm certainly enjoying this more.
800-990-3776. Taking applications for all of you in the 8 to 6s to work with us at ESPN Wisconsin. Are we? Yeah. You know,
soliciting
equal opportunity employment here.
Okay.
Be careful now because you get some weirdos that want to apply.
All right, we'll be back.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you from a breakup?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
You brought it, so I had to ask.
I ain't gonna put my old shorties on blast. But
why not? They're old shorties.
I've had some
old shorties.
My parents listen to this show. I don't want my parents to know the craziness that I've dealt with that they son been a part of.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, a group of doctors I trusted with my knee surgery. The pain was real and options were important. My experience with each doctor was thorough, the appointments were timely, always close and easy access to the building. My mom felt the same way, I know, when she went there for her physical therapy appointments at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. I trusted their surgical team for my knee surgery, and I know they'll take care of you the way they did my mom and me. Make an appointment at orthowisconsin.com.
What's better than free? How about play free all year? This January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in reward play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games to earn prize drawing entries. Then stop by each Thursday night in January to see if you're a winner. $400,000 in prizes is up for grabs. Over 40 winners each week. Yeah, free is for me. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Here in Wisconsin, a good old-fashioned is an important way of life. And that's where my friends at Perky's Old Fashioned come in. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to tell you about the easiest way to put together an old-fashioned. Perky's offers both brandy and bourbon old-fashioned mixes. And get this, the booze is already in there. Just add the soda of your choosing, and you'll have Grandma Perky's old-fashioned in the palm of your hand. Perky's is locally made and great for get-togethers of all kinds. Get perked up and head to perkysspirits.com for your nearest Perky's location.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for happy backyard birds. And we mean everything. Like over 100 different types of wild bird foods and bird feeders. This week, get a 25-pound bag of black oil sunflower wild bird food for just $13.99. Plus, join us Saturday, January 13th at 9 a.m. to build and decorate a free birdhouse with your kids. Create family memories and find what you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
If I could be you,
and you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Red wine. Let's go to the beach.
Let's not go to the beach. Let's go to Green Bay. For every home game, which you should think about next season because there's only one left and there's still room for these all-you-can-eat and drink packages with bus services, with private restrooms. Just go to MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com, GolfWanakee.com, Jack's American Pub. And the best part is when you book your round-trip ride, you get access to all-you-can-eat and drink tailgates, like the bar at Holmgren Way. Use code ESPN20OFF. And here's what the deal's good for. The all-inclusive package only. The tailgate ride for the Packers versus Bears. You have a deal that is $20 for your round-trip purchase to Lambeau Field with a tailgate party included. The offer's good till January 6th, but just know you don't want to be stuck in traffic on the way back. You don't want to be not being able to have a good time on the way up, and that's why you got to take advantage of these wonderful bus rides. The official ride to Green Bay, MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com, GolfWanakee.com, Jack's American Pub, ESPN20 off. Make sure you use that promo code. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace. To my right, Brad Nortman. To my left, and Chris Larson behind the glass. 800-990-3776. Kyle's, you were at a vinyl party?
I was on New Year's Eve.
It's kind of cool. Dave from Aaron chimes in. It's a little off topic, but on topic. Do you think more people buy CDs or records now? And I don't know the answer to this, but I'd have to say records.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Records are more collectible, a little bit more cool.
Well, and
CDs haven't returned to be cool. Yet.
Yeah, people aren't buying, and it must be popular on TikTok because Jason said he bought his daughter's vinyl record, so obviously TikTok must make it cool. And then I went to this party this weekend. I had no idea.
Cool.
They're gonna have vinyl records there, so it must be vinyl records that are popping now.
What was the record being played at your vinyl party?
It was, so I guess I wasn't told this. It wasn't my friends. It was my girl's friends.
Go on.
That's friends by default.
Okay, yeah, it's our friends, sure.
Associates.
Our associates. And so I show up to the party. It's like a vinyl party. I was like, oh, I had no idea. She says, oh yeah, we don't have vinyl, so I didn't tell you. I was like, oh, okay. It was a whole bunch, like
new stuff.
New stuff.
Wow.
Like Kendrick Lamar was played there. It was Beyonce. It was in the old school. Stevie Wonder was played. Michael Jackson Bad. Like it was classic.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know how these work. And they told me, I said, this is incredible because they were switching songs like tracks. I was like,
I know.
how do you place it? You got to count the grooves. I said, what?
Learn something new every day. Also, we didn't learn anything new about Brad Nortman last segment in the Take Machine, as he's anti-people who are busy because he has all the time in the world to do everything he wants. Pack for his next vacation 6 months in advance. Where are you going next, Brad?
Wherever
are you packed?
Wherever I dang well please want to go.
Because we also 800-990-3776. Brad's going to Bora Bora in 2028 and is already packed.
Already ready.
The sad part is we're not off from the truth.
No, he in his head he knows. I know I'm taking to that place.
Yeah, actually, I already been there. We went for a honeymoon.
Cool.
Was it nice?
Cool.
Oh, it was amazing.
Okay,
it was
good to
awesome.
know.
He said he's not like a I'm busy guy. He's a brag about his Bora Bora vacation guy.
We all have our things. We all have our badge of his honor.
We also have on Twitter at KBN ESPN. At the end of the game on Sunday, would you rather the Packers be up one score with the defense on the field or down one score with the offense on the field?
Come on, what's
Jason Wilde, Brad Nortman, Ben Bruss say we want to be down with the ball. We don't want Joe Barry to blow it. Kyle is the only one of our show to say that he wants
read
to
the poll.
be up.
What does the poll say?
I think it says down one score with the Packers offense, 69%. Up one score with the Packers defense. Quick math, 21%.
Wait a minute, this is
31%.
This is fake news that you all presenting here. This is not how we want to start 2024.
What's the real?
57 defense on the field with winning.
57 people want the defense on the field?
57 people are idiots.
The question says, end of the game Sunday, would you rather have the Packers up one score with the defense on the field or down one score with the offense on the field? Obviously, you want to be up one score. It's a stupid question,
That defense, though, in Joe Barry, I do not trust.
We are going to be back in 2 minutes. Rutledge and Hamilton are on in Madison. You can stream us at ESPN Milwaukee. Don't go anywhere.
With me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight.
About a 15-minute ride for you on 43 southbound from Brown Deer Road into downtown. Most of those delays happening between Silver Spring and Locust. Northbound on 43, looking pretty good out of the Marquette all the way up into Ozaukee County. Southbound on 41, an accident right over Mayfair Road off on the right shoulder, not really affecting the ride too much at all. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high of 37. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragway. Gear up for the spring season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragway. Season-long family passes are available now at GreatLakesDragway.com.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit summitiwi.com.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's not good, Kyle.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
With 2 out of 3 cameras on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee.
You don't want to switch. I'm going to flip this, right? If my hand is broken, I'm going to need some workman's time. I'm going to have some Brad time, too.
Hey.
So you won't be as busy.
My hand,
Hey.
my hand is numb.
It is the 414 hour at 4. Look, I'm a little rattled because you just knocked the heck out of that camera.
Yeah, I mean, things happen. Things happen. It's not broken. It's all right.
He was, Kyle in the break was imitating Jordan Love throwing the football. I think Jordan might be a little
better.
smoother than that.
A little
but I
better.
see what you're trying to do.
100%.
Well, this came from since week 11. Justin Fields off of injury has a QBR of 54, which is 13th in the NFL. And Brad was quizzing Kyle and asked Kyle, what's Jordan Love since week 11?
Jordan Love is number 1 in QBR.
And then it proceeded to make Kyle drop back after.
So inspired by that.
I'm going to throw the football.
I got to throw something.
Listen, I'm in love with love. What can I say? Like, I find myself already, especially after Sunday's game, because Sunday's game was, you had the festivities of the New Year's. You had the fact that Jordan Love was looking.
Yeah, the festivities with New Year's.
Yeah, is that not? What did I say?
No, you're good. Keep going. Keep going.
Good. Keep going. What the hell did I say?
You're good. Keep going.
New Year's.
We had the festivities of the New Year, and Jordan Love doing very well against the Minnesota Vikings. And so, I mean, I was excited. And as I was at the restaurant watching him do his thing, I might have been mimicking my quarterback because it was that fun.
I'm glad you had fun, Kyle, at the vinyl party.
That was before the vinyl party.
Oh, sorry.
That was
Good
at
to
the
know.
restaurant.
So, Kyle Bruston Nortman, 94.5 ESPN. I'm Ben Brust. That's Kyle Wallace. He's all out of whack right now, and Brad Nortman here with us. Now, what I will say is I'm curious as to how Jordan Love takes, again, we all know, just real quick, we're going to say the word Pro Bowl, and we're not going to get into the Pro Bowl minutia, other than the fact that it's dumb, because a third of it's on fan voting, a third of it is on the coaches, and a third of it is on the players. That is not a true way to measure who belongs to represent conferences in an event, right? Like, to me, that's dumb. So when we look at this, Jordan Love, we just talked about his QBR. We just talked about how he's got 30 touchdowns. He's not on the list. Does he use this as bulletin board material, or is bulletin board material even real? And so I turned to a guy who's in an NFL sweatshirt. Very solid sweatshirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Is bulletin board material real in the NFL?
It is real in the NFL, and coaches and guys use it more than you think. And that shouldn't actually come as a huge surprise, because think about what we know from like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, and we all saw The Last Dance with Michael Jordan.
You got to be wired differently.
These guys feast on it, right? And I'll say,
Michael made stuff up.
Yes. You have to be, like you said, wired a little bit different. And I'll admit, I didn't have many opportunities where people are outspokenly talking trash about me. Where I'm I'm going to show them in the 50-yard punt. I didn't have many of those opportunities, but in the face of adversity, I, sort of like to feed off of that too. But coaches and elite players love to use bulletin board material. One of my favorite, and the guy that would do it all the time, is Ron Rivera. Coach Rivera, when I was playing for the Panthers, he used bulletin board material all the time. A couple of times that come to mind are one time when we were playing at the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. There was a Super Bowl year. We were undefeated at that point. We were 9-0, something like that. I think they had 1 or 2 losses. Coach Rivera was offended at the idea that we were underdogs. We were underdogs for the game. And he went off on this thing saying that's disrespecting us, that we should know better. We have to send a statement on national TV. And guess what? a statement was sent. We went out there and we dominated the Cowboys. Another time that I can think of that we had bulletin board material.
Can I put something on the poll? Are you allowed to say we dominated the Cowboys when you were a punter for the team?
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
I'm genuinely curious. But I'm not saying that.
Then why would you put that out there, Ben?
I'm curious what the fans
think. In the middle of storytelling about his experience as a professional football player that so many young boys and girls aspire to be, he cut you off to take a shot at you.
I didn't. I'm asking the audience. I trust KBN Nation to give us the right answer.
The Jaguars signed his checks, and so did the Panthers.
Funny, quick punting story from that game. I was backed up. Obviously AT&T Stadium has the super long Jumbotron and then the 2 Jumbotrons at the end. And usually if you hit the Jumbotron, punt hits it. It has to be a pretty high punt.
It's a redo.
It's a redo. We were backed up. We were backed up on like the 4-yard line. I connected with a punt.
Oh, powerful!
Bam! Connected with it. It's a tight spiral. I'm like, that thing is going right for the scoreboard. It goes whoop in between the 2 screens and then comes back out the other side untouched. Play goes on, baby. And we ended up defending it great, flipped the field. And I was like, I just split those 2 screens.
All right, at what point did I ask for Brad's punting story? Ask for bulletin board material.
KBN Nation wants to hear my punting stories, and they're also going to want to hear this story. The ultimate bulletin board material that I had when I played in the NFL was played for the Panthers. It was our 3rd season, okay? We played, who was probably our greatest rival during my time with the Panthers was the New Orleans Saints. We had Cam Newton, we had Luke Kuechly, we had a really good team. They had, kind of peak Sean Payton and Drew Brees, and we were always competing against one another for the division.
They have a bounty on you?
You better believe they did. They know they got to take out Brad Nortman. But I evaded
Get the plant leg.
I evaded that. So anyway, my 3rd year, we played them right before Halloween. It was at Carolina, Thursday night game, nationally televised game. They came and they whooped us. They beat us pretty good. And the Saints beat us. And then in classic Sean Payton style, what he did is everyone loaded the buses. And they didn't just go right to the airport. They did not go right to the Charlotte airport. What they did was they drove 2 times around Bank of America Stadium, taunting our team, our fans, our city, saying, we own this stadium. Thanks a lot, Panthers. But you know what? We're just going to go ahead and circle what's ours. And it came out. They did that.
Powerful.
Coach Rivera.
Dog, they marked their territory.
Coach Rivera, pissed. Brought it up right away then. And then you fast forward to when we play them. At this point, we got to win out to win the division. We're playing them in mid-December, so we have to win out to win the division. We go to the Metrodome, very tough place to play. Loud, excited, the whole thing. We go out there. Coach Rivera talks about it all week. Every day he brings up, don't forget what they did to you. Don't forget how they embarrassed you. Don't forget what they did to Bank of America Stadium in our home. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to go kick their butt. And when we do, we're going to show them a thing or two. We went out there, beat them 41-10. And we drove 2 times around the Superdome on our way to the airport back. And guess what? We were talking about it. And I heard, I'm not really engaged in trash talk. I heard guys saying it on the field to the Saints. The Panther players are saying that, I can't repeat on these airwaves exactly what was being said, but it was brought up on the field where it's like, do that again and watch us do that.
See what
41-10. You use anything you can to be more hungry, more tenacious on the field. And boy, oh boy, do they do that. So I actually like the fact that Justin Fields said something about Green Bay. I actually like the fact that Jordan Love and the rest of the team was snubbed from Pro Bowl voting. Because I think if they're wired like most athletes I know, they're going to use this for motivation.
Well, the best athletes are usually ones that are wired like that. And it's stupid, right? Like getting upset about the Pro Bowl is stupid. But I'm not going to lie. I was pretty ticked that Jordan Love wasn't on there. I'm not going to lie. Just because what he's done with the group of guys that he's been given, it's not that I don't like the guys. It's just it's not like he's been given a bunch of vets. It's not like he's been given a bunch of DJ Moores out there that Justin Fields is working with.
Not even close.
Exactly. And to me, it would have been nice at a time in the season where people were being rewarded for things to see his name on there. And guess what? I hope it digs at him. Even though we've already discussed the Pro Bowl means nothing. It's a popularity contest amongst coaches, players, and fans. Not based off of statistics and what you've done for your team. Not based off the storylines of the season, but merely a popularity contest. And I hope that him Jordan Love, who can be him, talk like the young kids. I'm him, right? Don't they say that?
No, yeah, you say that, and he is him. Like, he definitely is him, and he's proved it this season.
I hope he takes it to heart, even though the Pro Bowl is stupid.
No, and the thing, he wasn't even named the alternate. Like, that is the ridiculousness of all of this. Jordan Love should definitely take this personal. Like Michael Jordan said, we talked about it. He should take this personal because he has put the NFL on notice. You know, I put him on notice because when you look at all the statistical categories, you will see Jordan Love's name up there. You won't see Aaron Rodgers. Granted, Aaron Rodgers is hurt. You won't see Matthew Stafford. You won't see Jared Goff. You for dang sure won't see Justin Fields. You will see Jordan Love, not only the best quarterback in the NFC North, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC, and has shown that he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, being absolutely disrespected. He should absolutely take this to heart and make the Bears pay for it so they know when they leave that field on Sunday, this is the king of the North. Everything from here on out goes through Green Bay, and y'all better buckle up and get ready because we are still the kings of the North.
Man, you're sounding like someone who's already talking himself into a win.
I feel
and it's
good
okay.
about this team. No, I feel good about this team on Sunday.
Early in the week, it was, I'm just trying to play it cool and superstitious.
Cool. Like, listen,
I don't think you're playing it cool.
I think the Packers can win, but I'm playing it cool. Like, I'm getting confident, though, because now we Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Thursday, you got to be walking into Sunday like, let's go. You got to get hyped up for the game, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's fucking go.
There we go.
All right.
And that's the inversion.
Chris, your hype man with the board.
That's what I want to say.
Hey.
It's amazing, though, the inversion of confidence, though, right? Because I feel way more confident in Jordan Love in the offense than I do the defense. This team is very flawed, and I just hope that they're not exposed in all the wrong ways on Sunday. That's my concern.
800-990-3776. Here's what we have on YouTube and on Twitter. And I do want to hear from all of you. At the end of the game, would you rather have the Packers leading with the defense on the field or losing with Jordan Love and that offense on the field? Now, I know what logic would say. You want to be up, but I still believe that that's the wrong answer. We'll give you our answers, plus we're going to hear from you. But first, I'm going to tell you about why you should go to Sit Mean Sit, because the dog of the game can be heard on the Green Bay Game Day post-game show, hopefully after the Green Bay victory on Sunday. So make sure you check out Sit Means Sit, because if your dogs don't always listen to you and you ask yourself, hey, why aren't they? Well, could be, you didn't train them the proper way, and that's okay. We all got lives. We all got jobs. It's hard to do all these things at once. Lean on the experts. Sit means sit. You can have a happy, confident, obedient dog, and all it takes is by contacting them at sitmeansit.com. Check out the Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. You'll get set up with Matt and their team, where you sit down for that free consultation and talk about what your goals are, and they will create a plan with you. Sit means sit dog training. Again, sitmeansit.com. Check out the Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Brad has nervous energy. Kyle's confident. I feel like I'm the most cool, calm, and collected. I won't be on Sunday. I really, there's something about me. That meathead David Kaplan from ESPN 1000 we had on our station, knowing that he's going to be in Lambeau Field, knowing I can watch Jordan Love just rip the heart out of his body is everything I'm waiting and wishing for. We get to the question we're asking you next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
And if you Venmo'd me money, you know it is gambling. It is not my responsibility to take care of Kyle's feelings, Brad's feelings, Greg Matzik from WTMJ's feelings, or anyone else who participated in this spin. Did I feel bad that it lost? Yes. Should I feel bad anymore? Absolutely not.
Yeah, so,
I have zero regrets. Y'all are the dumbasses.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got some delays along southbound 43, basically from Silver Spring all the way down to about Burleigh. And then we've got the northbound side of 43 backing up from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. Westbound 94 going to slow down from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And then we've also got on northbound 94 in Kenosha County, just north of Highway 50, left lane blocked because of a broken down vehicle. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low of 27. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high of 37. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The stage is set. It's Michigan and Washington battling for the title. This is Boucher Automotive College Football Championship Week. Tune into our coverage all week long and catch the game right here on 94.5 ESPN on January 8th. With 16 new car brands, over 35 pre-owned brands, and 5,000 vehicles in stock, Boucher Automotive is where you'll find your next ride. It's Boucher Automotive College Football Championship Week on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Gary Olson here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? No matter the season, rain, snow, or shine, Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is open for you. A top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. Just $35 an hour gets you a round and puts that summer feel back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
What's better than free? How about play free all year? This January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in reward play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games to earn prize drawing entries. Then stop by each Thursday night in January to see if you're a winner. $400,000 in prizes is up for grabs. Over 40 winners each week. Yeah, free is for me. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. The Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team got back to Big Ten play Tuesday night at the Kohl Center, playing host to Iowa. Wisconsin is now 10-3 on the season after the win. Head coach Greg Gard after the game.
For having 11 days off, I thought this was, we responded to it. I thought we looked a little rusty early, maybe, or any win in this league is important, and take them when you can get them.
Wisconsin returns to action, continuing the homestand this Saturday as they play Nebraska.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. I played sports my entire life, been hurt a lot of times, but never had been injured until I had to stop doing the sports I enjoyed because my knee flat wouldn't allow it. I visited Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, where they took great care of me. I put my knee in their doctors' capable hands, and now I'm back in the gym, carrying my golf bag, pain-free for 18 holes, and playing tennis as often as I like with no issues. I'd recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin to anyone. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
College football championship week is here on 94.5 ESPN, brought to you by Boucher Automotive. The biggest guests, the biggest analysts, and the biggest games. 94.5 ESPN is home to the biggest week of the year with 16 new car brands, over 35 pre-owned brands, and 5,000 vehicles in stock. Boucher Automotive is the perfect choice to shop for your next vehicle. Check out their inventory at Boucher.com. Boucher Automotive, riding with you every mile since 1977.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust. Also with us is Brad Nortman. And we have a question up there for you to answer on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Don't worry, Brad. I won't read this in the untrue fashion that I did about the poll earlier.
Careful now.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Yeah. Are you allowed to say, we dominated the Cowboys?
Come on, KBN Nation.
When you are a punter right now, 60% of the people say yes.
Oh, my
40% of the people say no.
Should be more.
And
100%.
Thank you, Kevin from Sheboygan chimes in, says, hashtag punters are people too.
My man.
You think it should be higher?
They're a significant.
I'm not saying I think it should be lower.
Listen, I watched the Iowa football team.
Whose poll idea was this?
I watched their punter basically win the game for them against the Badgers. Punters are people too, and they are players as well.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't like. Why do you have to say punters are people too? I think we need to say punters are important too. Like, great, you're a person. Congratulations. I feel like being important to your team would be better than being punters are people too.
Yeah, but I think that's like the joke. Because I think of course they're people too, but somehow people can treat specialists like they're not even people. Yeah, remember they're
punters.
people. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are so important. I don't understand how somebody can literally be on the football field, tell the story about how he punted a bomb in that game, so bad, like a big bomb where you hit it, right?
Went through.
Boom.
Hit it.
Come on now.
All right, I like this. We got a couple of different texts here, 800-990-3776. A, Brad, killer punt. In reference to your punt against the Cowboys and your lame story. B, Ben, can a bench player from the Badgers say they whooped up on Marquette? Well, no. If one of the walk-ons or somebody didn't play said, yeah, we whooped up on them, be like, man,
he was on a scout team getting you ready for the game.
Yeah, and we whooped their butt on scout team too.
Well, he got you ready. My goodness, talk about Brad's an elitist. I work with two elites.
But Dennis chimes in. Go ahead, Brad.
But even if you okay, let's say you're a guy that never saw the field, right? Can't you say we because it's denoting?
You can
team?
say we. I'm just being a jerk, guys. Come on.
I know that, but I'm just even just in pure if somebody that never played, right, a backup punter even. And you said we won the game. Would you be like, come on, guy, you didn't even play?
That's my point. That's my point about the walk-ons or the 11th man who didn't get in.
Or is it if you're on the team, then it's all we.
Team is we.
Team is we.
The team is we. It most definitely is we.
That's what I think.
Dennis in the 615 chimes in. Kyle is absolutely ridiculous. And I just love it.
Oh!
Did you Scooby-Doo us right there?
Wait a minute. I don't know if I should accept that or not. I don't know.
Well, the next text is in reference to Kyle as well. Bo from Fort Atkinson. What is Kyle smoking that he thinks J. Love is the king of the North? Not better than Goff, not better than Cousins, probably better than Fields. Also, J. Love hasn't looked as good as his numbers do. All the Packer fans going to be real quiet when J. Love doesn't look any better next year than he does now.
Is that Bobo? Yeah,
just
Bo from Fort Atkinson.
Okay, I'm gonna say Bobo. I know. I'm all right, Bo. I mean, if that's what your eyes are shows you need to go to an optometrist. But it is what it is.
It is crazy because he looks pretty good. I don't even think even just the eye test is this dude slings it.
He doesn't look as good.
J. Love hasn't looked as good as his numbers do.
Yeah.
Now
that's stupidity.
When I see that, Bo, and Bo, I know you've been a long loyal fan of ESPN Wisconsin now. Are you a Bears fan? Are you shielding yourself from hurt? Why won't you accept the fact that number 10 is QB1? I don't what are the reasons other than you're grasping for air. You're in the water grasping for air, right? If you're saying, he just hasn't looked as good as his numbers do.
Yeah,
we got a big ass sample size of his first year in 16 games.
Those receivers he had, they're really just making him elevate his play. That running game, boy, when they had A.J. Dillon and no Aaron Jones, he's just great. And that 30 touchdown passes and being top 5 in the NFL and that, I'm not sure if I believe those numbers. Him getting his team from 2-5 to having a chance to make the playoffs. I don't know. I'm not sold, guys. I'm not.
Preach.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what more Jordan Love can do to convince Sunday.
Sunday's a big one. I know,
but will that?
I'm not saying it's
could
gonna
that change anyone's mind.
It may, yes, it could change a vote. It can, yes, exactly. I'm not saying that it's to the people that are still trying to hold on to the fact that they want to be right for some reason about Jordan Love not being good, which is a weird stance. But there are people who die with their takes. I tend to be one that flip flops and likes to get on the right side of history. I'll own that.
So Jordan Love could gain supporters Sunday, but if he doesn't play well, do you think he'd lose supporters?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's just the silent or vocal minority that are trying to hold on to the fact that he's not what the Packers have had the last 30 years, and even if he's not, that's still okay. He can still be QB1 and a guy that needs to be extended moving forward.
I think we need to understand, and for Packers fans, and for everybody listening, this Packers roster and this Packers team could be one of the worst. And when I say overall talent-wise, could be missing the most talent and just talentless out of the last team since the last 30 years. You go back to 1993, you go to 2023, and you look at talent, this team is probably bottom 5 in talent from them years because 93 to 99, you had a lot of talent on that football field. Even after Mike Holmgren left, with Mike Sherman years, you still had some talent. We know what Aaron Rodgers had as well. You know what Brett had at the end. This might be full roster, bottom 5 talent, and they're doing this with a first-year quarterback. That is because of Jay Love. We have to give this team more credit, and Jordan Love specifically and Matt LaFleur, for what is happening with this roster. This roster was so bad, Aaron Rodgers said, I got to get out of town.
800-990-3776. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on 94.5 ESPN. I'm Ben Brust. He's emotional Kyle Wallace, and he's nerd Brad Nortman. Let's bring in Alan from Milwaukee. Alan, welcome into KBN.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Good as always, Alan.
My biggest problem with Jordan Love isn't really with Jordan Love. It's the fact that the system is going to overpay him for what he has not done, which is how all these quarterbacks are being paid now, because he's going to get $40 or $50 million. But when you look at it comparatively, when you look at the last guy earned that $50 million. This guy, so when you put the two resumes,
so Jordan Love hasn't earned $50 million in your opinion?
Hell no, he's barely. He hasn't even won the division yet.
Wait a minute. Did you call last week and said Jordan Love was terrible? Was that you?
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Just making.
Alan keeps that's what I'm saying.
He says he's good. He just doesn't want to overpay him.
But Alan, here's the thing though.
Right. He has not won. He has not earned. Like go look at the
you don't have time to wait on
how many
that,
people.
Though. This is the predicament that, although I think your theory might not be wrong, and like it would be ideal that he started in the third year of his rookie contract, in his fifth year, you pick up his fifth year option, and we're seeing him progress to winning NFC North titles. But that's not the way that Goody built this roster, and that's not at the timing of when Jordan Love has taken over this team. So you have to make a decision, and whether you don't want to overspend or not, you're in a position where I think you should be happy with what you got. And just trust.
But go look at the quarterback salaries and go how far down do you have to go before you find a guy. We take the first ball and look at how many people are above him that make more.
You cut out a little bit, Alan, there, but I totally get your point. And we've done the Yodely game, right? The Yodely game, for those who have missed it, is when we have ourselves and guests across ESPN Wisconsin join in and guess what his average annual salary will be. And it's going to be anywhere from $45 to $50 million, hands down.
And I want to think, like, what's more likely to you that if you wait to extend Jordan Love, let's just say, hey, we're not sold yet, then he goes out there. Do you think he's going to struggle next season and therefore will bring down his contract, or continue to ball out with this budding offense with Matt LaFleur and then jack it up to maybe a top 3 quarterback? Your best opportunity is trying to sign him preseason and getting any sort of discount you can before it's like,
yes, that's a good point, because if he pops again,
oh my gosh,
he's going to be worth $55 million like the Lamars and the Joe Burrows.
Yes,
and he'd be happy with 45 to 50. Now, you're not going to get low 40s. You're not going to get low 40s.
Here's the issue that people need to understand is that every time a quarterback signs a new deal, it's always more money. That's why Daniel Jones got that $40 million contract.
And Jordan Love's going to be like, hell with him, I'm way better.
Exactly. So I understand that it's like, oh my gosh, they're getting that money. That sticker shock, that surprised me as well. But that's just the going rate for just good NFL quarterbacks. Justin Herbert has been a really good quarterback, hasn't won anything, and he's one of the highest paid quarterbacks.
I've seen the jewelry you wear. You don't have sticker shock.
No, thank you. Oh. But no, and here's the thing. Tua's going to get paid too as well, so he's going to also maybe reset the market when he gets paid too. So
I don't think you can compare Jordan to Tua.
But you need to.
You can use it as like that's high, Daniel Jones is low. Let's find somewhere in the middle.
If you wait until after next season, Tua's probably going to get paid this offseason.
And Jordan Love outplays him, then you're like,
then you're talking about more money. You might as well secure him now, because here's the thing: 5 years from now, 4 years from now, you may think he's on a good deal. Because you may look and say, oh, my gosh, this average quarterback is making more than Jordan Love.
You lock it up. No, you lock it up. No, let's lock him up.
And the cap will continue to go up, that's for sure. And I just think when immediately becomes he's closer to free agency, it's going to jack his price. I would just say sooner than later is the better option.
Yeah, and that's the same thing as it goes for Forward Healthy Lifestyles. The sooner that you get in, the better your life's going to be, because you can hear how they've helped transform my life with the blood draw that we did, so I could see where I was deficient. And today was injection day. Vitamin B12, boop, done. Vitamin D pill, boop, done. And, the heart health, the fish oils, everything that I've been doing is on a path to help create a person that has more energy. And I'm going to need all the energy in the world with a kid on the way. So make sure when you look at Forward Healthy Lifestyles, get that free confidential consultation and do those things I'm talking about. Hear how their testosterone can help you, because it plays a major factor in gaining muscle, building tone, and performing in the bedroom, which is important. And make sure as well, it's not just about sex, that you think about how it helps with energy, concentration, mood, weight management, and even heart health. So optimize testosterone the right way and whatever you need for your own life the right way by booking that free confidential consultation at forwardhealthylifestyles.com. Rob Domofsky of ESPN. He's coming up next, folks.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
You know what happens in May?
What happens in May?
Memorial Day weekend, MDW, has a whole acronym. That is the start of the summer. Everybody is guns out because the sun is out, and buns out because the sun is out. Hey! They don't do that in October. Me and Ben, we like buns. And they only come out in Wisconsin in May.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43, we've got some backups heading right past Capitol Drive. A little bit backed up again through the Marquette as well. The northbound side slowing from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keith. Westbound 94, watch out for delays from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. And then on southbound 41, slowing down again from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 27. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high of 37. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ready to conquer the Midwest's premier winter playground? Then start planning a visit to Granite Peak. With over 200 acres of skiable terrain, Granite Peak has something for everyone, from beginners to seasoned pros, park skiers to mogul fanatics, and everything in between. Soar to new heights on their state-of-the-art chairlifts and warm up in the cozy historic chalet with roaring fireplaces and stunning views. A legendary winter adventure begins at Granite Peak. Don't miss out. Visit skigranitepeak.com to book your winter vacation now, and for more information, Granite Peak. Legendary winters, legendary fun.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
That doesn't sound good.
Paper shredder's jammed, but I think I fixed it.
Oh, well, try shredding these $50 bills then.
Seems like it's working.
Better try another $400.
Stop. Instead of using money, use regular paper. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Join the Brewers at the all-new Winter Warm-Up Fan Event Saturday, January 13th. See your favorite Brewers player in a fun-filled live show and get early access to purchase opening day tickets. Don't miss out on the fun. Get tickets at brewers.com/Winter Warm-Up.
Do you check your savings account and wonder if you're even saving at all? At Town Bank, we view banking differently and actually want to see your savings grow. With our amazing new CD rates, you can now earn even more, so you can sit back and relax. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start earning more. Go to townbank.us/locknewrates or visit a Town Bank branch nearest you today. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say, and that does not apply to me, Ben Brust. It applies to the doubters of Jordan Love, the Allen from Milwaukee's who likes Jordan Love, but isn't willing to be like, yeah, I want to pay him, right? We got the other texter or tweeter or YouTubers that are saying, yeah, but like, is he worth that much? If you are one of those, I would like to hear from you. 800-990-3776, but we also have a Brad Nortman that is going to tell you why he thinks that you're wrong. But first, Kyle, tell us about the wonderful reasons why people should work with the Milwaukee Bucks in a contest here that we got going on to get some money.
Oh, yes. If you are looking for the perfect gift for that Bucks fan like myself in your life, and many of you have that perfect Bucks fans, perhaps a new number 0 jersey or a team hoodie to gear up for another potential deep playoff run, a $500 Bucks Pro Shop gift card could be yours to elevate your Bucks shopping. From now through January 7th, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com to register for your chance at a $500.
$500?
$500. That is right,
Oh,
man.
wow.
It's that simple. All you have to do is head to ESPNWisconsinContest.com and enter now to win the $500 gift card for a Bucks shopping spree.
wow.
ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
All right, Brad Nortman, that was Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust. You tell us why all the people that are hesitant on Love are wrong.
Well, all the people that are uncertain about Love and saying he's not worth, $45 million, he's not that good, etc.
Even $50 million.
Even $50 million. I want to talk about what our alternatives are, right? What are the Green Bay Packers' alternatives to paying Jordan Love? Let's just say $43 million. $43 million this offseason. You either pay him now for $43 million and he's your dude, and that's maybe 8th or 9th in the NFL. That's not horrible as far as average per year. Other alternative, you wait. You wait to see how he does next year. What's most likely going to happen is he's going to at least repeat what he did this year, which is top 12 to top 5 or top 12 to top 10 numbers, and the cap's going to go up and you have to pay him more money because he's closer to free agency. So you wait and you pay him more.
And real quick, on that scenario in which I don't see him coming back next year with not an extension because he's not going to he's getting paid dirt next year because the majority of his guaranteed money was this year, and a lot of it is based on a small base salary in 2024 with the incentives that he'll make based off of this season. There ain't no way he's coming back to the Green Bay Packers without some sort of contract. So just get it in your head right now that they're going to pay the man.
Yeah, and if they don't.
But my question was, if he does somehow in this hypothetical world of understanding the Jordan Love scenarios play next year on this lower end salary with the incentives that he'll make this year, he would then be an unrestricted free agent. My guess would be, and that's the last thing you'd want to do, is have him play really, really well, and you didn't extend him. He ain't going to be here.
That's exactly right. And, even if you wanted to wait and think about it, the franchise tag amount is going to be high 30s, low 40s anyway. So that's what the number is going to be on an annual basis no matter what. Your other option is you go to free agency and say, okay, we're going to find somebody else in free agency. Well, let me tell you who the free agent. This year's free agencies are Baker Mayfield, who put up some numbers at Lambeau.
Powerful.
Baker and Kirk Cousins. And last year, it was highlighted by Derek Carr. Like, those are the type of quarterbacks, NFL starting journeymen, that you're going to have to rely on, and you're still going to have
Cousins
to pay
ain't
them.
no journeyman, but he's getting old.
No,
we don't want nobody who's torn Achilles. We just got rid of one.
You're still going to have to pay those guys $35 million.
Nobody lets a really good quarterback they believe in leave. How often do franchise quarterbacks get signed in free agency?
Goody was waiting for Jordan Love in the tunnel at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. You know why? Because his guy Jordan balled out. Goody's job is on the line based off of Jordan Love's success on the field. And when Jordan Love has success on the field, that means that Goody is able to pull his checkbook out and lock in Jordan Love and secure his own job by saying, hey, this is the guy, I got us, a franchise quarterback for the next 5 years, that guarantees Goody those next 4 or 5 years as long as Jordan doesn't go the wrong way.
And the final option is you draft a guy. And those we know are 50-50 at best. Is once you get on that train of you stink and you try to draft a guy, it goes on a carousel because you have to draft him, you have to hope he does well, you have to wait 2 or 3 years, and then you either abort plan or you try again. And honestly, the Packers are never going to be bad enough to be top 5 in a draft to even get an elite guy anyway. So to sum up, you either pay now at like 40 to 45, you wait, and you probably have to pay him closer to 55. You got to go after a free agent, which you're going to have to pay 35 to anyway, and all these guys are short-term starters that are kind of average at this point in their career.
There is no other alternative.
No good alternatives.
Fellas, here's the thing, though. If at the beginning of the season we said at the end of the year, your starting quarterback would be top 5 in touchdown passes, he would get you potentially to the playoffs, and QBR since week 11, you said number 1, but you beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you beat the Chargers, you beat all these teams.
Don't say the Chargers. Okay. Say the Lions.
Okay, you beat the Lions.
I'm just trying to help you out, man.
But I'm just saying, if you look at the resume at the end of the year, wouldn't you be like, yeah, that's our guy? Wouldn't you say, yeah, we'll go into war with him? It's just asinine that people can look
I
at
guess
Jordan
what I'm
Love
asking for, based off what you're saying, is the bookend. Beat the Bears week 1, beat the Bears week 18, and all the doubters, well, they'll trickle their way in no matter what through the offseason. Like, just even if they make the play, like they have to. And if they don't, we're not going to let them on the airwaves. How about that?
He made me a believer.
If he does beat the Bears and they go to the playoffs, and look, whatever happens in the playoff game, they're going to be likely outmatched and, whatever.
House money. House money.
Who cares?
You gain experience, and if you win, wonderful.
And it's just, I can't fathom anyone saying that this wasn't a complete success for Jordan Love specifically. And I can't imagine there wouldn't be, at least 15 other teams saying, you know what, we would take that quarterback scenario. At least 15 other teams, maybe closer to 20.
I'm curious as to what Brian Bulaga thinks about bulletin board material. If Mike McCarthy and Matt LaFleur, who uses bulletin board material in the Green Bay Packers organization? Is that a thing? We'll find out from Brian Bulaga, plus get all of his insights and expertise because he's awesome.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad. Awesome. I had nothing before them. I had nothing before them.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad.
Hey, Russ, what up, Russ?
Awesome. And I'm going to read this word for word.
Yeah,
That's who I am.
all right, let's give him the floor. I'm going to try and fly.
Yeah, don't interrupt, dang it.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
Good morning, Tausch. How are you? Old T's I'm not feeling 100%. Tummy ache?
Wilde and Tausch. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
No, I think with all that little stuff that's going around, and I'm going to grind.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Milwaukee attorneys. 111 East Kilbourne Avenue, Suite 1650, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202.
If you're looking to move out of your parents' place, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive, which is good because your little brother has gotten really territorial. You're blood related. You'd think it would be fine to share food in the fridge. I mean, who writes their name on every individually wrapped slice of cheese, Tyler? Still, you've got to admire the commitment. So bundle your renter's and car insurance with Progressive and use the savings to help you move out and have all the cheese you want. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Prize Picks, the most fun I've had, winning up to 25x on my money during the football season, and now I get to play during the basketball season as well. You get to select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and you just place an entry. Pretty simple. And now you get to pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. So for me, I'm going to go Jordan Love, and then I'll go Giannis and Dalla Dame. If I want to go 3-pointers made, rushing touchdowns, can do it. Prize Picks is that simple to play. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app.
Go to prizepicks.com/WI and use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/WI, code WI.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Mike Jarkson of OAW is here with me. Doctor, how rewarding is it for you when you're able to help people get rid of pain and really more importantly, help them return to a certain standard of life?
What we really love here at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin is diagnosing and fixing structural problems. There are, unfortunately, people who have problems that can't be fixed. But I'd like to think, based on your symptoms, based on your imaging, if we can come up with the source, especially if it's a structural problem that's creating the spinal pain, whether it's in your lower back, in your neck, causing nerve pain down your arm, causing nerve pain down your leg. I'd like to think if we can identify the source of that, which we can also fix it, which is exceedingly rewarding for the patient and for the provider.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I can see the sun breaking through those clouds. Heaven knows we're all free, but we just keep holding on all about a day.
Make sure you stay tuned for the Green Bay Game Day post-game show this Sunday night after Green Bay Chicago, because you can hear who the dog of the game is, brought to you by Sit Mean Sit. And I hope for the third week in a row, the dog is Jordan Love. I hope he lights it up. And if your dogs don't always listen to you, you ask yourself, why the heck don't they listen to me? Well, it could be you, to be honest. But Sit Mean Sit can help. Look no further than them, because you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. Go to their website, sitmeansit.com. Check out the Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. Matt's team is amazing. When you sit down, you talk about what you're trying to fix, and they can make a great plan with you, and then you're on your way to having that happy, confident, obedient dog. That's right, sitmeansit.com, Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. Ben Brust here with Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Chris Larson running the show, and every Thursday before the Homer Hour at 5 o'clock, it's always a pleasure to be joined by Brian Bulaga, former Packer. How are you, Brian?
I'm good, guys. How we doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. We got two things we've ran through the entire show that we've gotten a lot of different responses and a lot of different answers. We'll see if you can actually follow directions on one of them.
I can't wait for him to answer.
Yeah, I know you can't, because Kyle's been on the wrong side of history for this one. At the end of the game on Sunday, if this were the situation, would you rather have the Packers leading up 1 score with the defense on the field, or the Packers losing down 1 score with Jordan Love on the field?
I actually voted for this on your guys' page, and I picked the defense. I'd much rather be.
Thank you.
I'd much rather be up in the game with, obviously, if the Bears tie it, they tie, whatever. They go into overtime. That's fine. But when you're down a
What
score,
if we put it 4 points? Does that change it?
4 points?
Yeah, up 4, down 4.
I'd still prefer the defense to hold out for a field goal.
Now we give him his space, Kyle. Give him his space to make a better argument than you did.
No.
Because Jason Wilde, Brad Nortman, and Ben Brust really owned Kyle on this one.
Yeah, the punter, the journalist, and I don't even know what the has been. They made their comment. I would love to hear what the former Pro Bowler, great NFL player, Green Bay Packer, I would love to hear you speak. Super
Get
Bowl
off
winner.
him and let him talk.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
So I just look at it from the standpoint if we're up a score, we're up 4, whatever. We'll just continue it as up a score, right? That's where we're at. I'd much prefer our defense to feel like they're playing looser and they have a 7-point advantage. They could play a little more freely. They know that, hey, if something does happen and we do get beat, hey, we're still in a tie ball game here. When you're up 7 and the defense is on the field and they can just pin their ears back and go and play, normally good things happen. That's why a lot of the times you see in these 2-minute games, if the offense, if the team that's on defense is up by a score, a lot of the times the 2-minute drives don't end too well. Normally they end up with sacks or picks or something like that. So, with our pass rushers against the Bears offensive line, I would take our defense on the field up 7 all day.
Are you forgetting the worst offensive line in the NFL when the Packers touched Tommy DeVito twice? That's the scary one. Like, Justin Fields is far more capable than Tommy DeVito.
He is, but I like to look at matchups as well. Like, I like to look at matchups and then kind of what we saw against Minnesota and their good tackles and what our defense and good up front. I mean, they got good guards, good tackles. What Preston was able to do against Darisaw last week, that gives him a lot of confidence. So I look at matchups and where we're at in the season, and I feel really good about, home crowd noise. Our pass rushers got confidence right now. The Bears' offensive line is not very good. I get Justin Fields is elusive. I understand that. I'm good with that. But maybe sometimes elusive makes him make some bad decisions and throw the ball up or try to fit it into a window that he can't do and come away with a turnover or even an incomplete pass, which is just fine on, a 2-minute drive.
Brian, this rivalry is always characterized by hostility and trash talk, and there's been plenty of that this week with Justin Fields saying what he said about Green Bay and all that. But, have you ever experienced bulletin board material? Was it used in Green Bay much between McCarthy or Matt LaFleur? Do you think these guys are listening much to, sort of some of the exchange trash talk or bulletin board material that's being put out there?
Yeah, this is a great rivalry. If you want to call it that, since my time in Green Bay and even before that with old Favre there, it hasn't been much of one. It's been one-side traffic, and Green Bay's kind of been running the show for a while between these two teams. So there's not much that I think that Justin Fields or any Bears player can really say at this point that you could pin up on a bulletin board and be like, man, this really gets me going. They're trying to talk their way into a rivalry right now at this point, and that's good. Whatever they need to feel like they need to get up for this game, that's really good. Me personally, and kind of my time in Green Bay, we didn't really pay much attention to that stuff unless a D-end or someone in the media really popped off and thought they would say some comments or say some things, and then the offensive lineman would always notice that and see what guy, thinks he's going to have a great game or this or, whatever it may be. That's always in the back of our mind, but there was really not much discussed, so to speak, about what a team would say throughout the week. It's a waste of energy.
Being joined by Brian Bulaga, former Green Bay Packer here on KBN. You can hear Brian on the Homer Hour, 5 to 6, coming up here right after KBN. And Brian, this is a personal question because I was shocked. I was shocked by this, okay? Pro Bowl, is that just a popularity contest? I just need to know because I was looking at the Pro Bowl yesterday. Not one Packer made the Pro Bowl. I'm not even mad about that. But then I saw Jair Alexander was named as an alternate and Jordan Love was not. What are your thoughts on this Pro Bowl, and is it a popularity contest? Do guys really care?
Yeah, it's definitely a popularity contest. And the funny part about it is I looked at it too, and Jordan Love should have definitely at least been an alternate. Like, give me a break.
It's ridiculous. I was just mad because it's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really bad, and I don't know. I always looked at it as a popularity contest, and even more so now that it's the Pro Bowl games, right? It's not even, I guess, a Pro Bowl game. And I looked at the offensive line, the guys that got elected there, and I thought those were good picks, right? I thought those were good picks and guys that got in on both sides. AFC and NFC from the offensive line standpoint were all solid selections. I mean, the NFC guys would have been the same. I would have taken Trent and Lane Johnson, and AFC I would have taken Tunsil, Arms. So, I think they did a good job. And then you look at the guards and centers.
But Brian,
so that was good.
Go ahead, Kyle. Go off, Kyle.
How is Jair Alexander an alternate?
Hey.
That blew my mind.
I get it. It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense because he's not played many games, and and unfortunately, the games he has, it hasn't been great. So, listen, I hope he puts on a Pro Bowl performance on Sunday.
You and me both, man.
I'll put it that way. I hope he does that, but that's why the Pro Bowl voting is kind of a joke.
So, Brian Bulaga,
and
are you more confident or nervous about Sunday?
Good question. I want to see the injury report as we get to Saturday or Friday after tomorrow.
Lines and games don't move that much based off of that.
I'm not talking about betting. I don't care about the betting. I mean, listen, I may put a little action on Green Bay, but that doesn't mean
sprinkle.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that with the game within the game. I like to see if some of our guys are out. Like I saw Elton didn't practice for 2 days. He came out in the media and said he'll be all right.
He'll be good.
Okay. Yeah. So there's certain things that I want to see, right, and which makes me more confident. Like we have a full arsenal up front, and our wide receivers are healthy. I feel really good about it. Obviously, also want to know defensively. Which way are we going? Are we rolling out Jair again, or are we going with the guys that played against Minnesota? Albeit, I get it, bad quarterback, but the guys that went out there and shut down Jefferson and those guys. Are we going with I just want to know who we're rolling with to feel confident. Do I think we're going to win the game? Yes, I do. But I am optimistically nervous. We'll put it that way.
I think Homer will probably ask you about this. I don't know if you guys had a chance with no show on Monday. He's gonna know ask what your thoughts are on Jair, and I'm sure you've discussed it. He doesn't think he should play. He should let the young guys play. He doesn't think that's what's going to happen, but that is his opinion. And I've looked at it as, hey, he's been a net negative all year to this team. Now in the biggest moments, you're rewarding him to go out there after what you've kind of been through this season. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the play of maybe starting with the guys that started against Minnesota and see how the game goes. That's my opinion.
Well, Jair liked that, though.
Yeah, how will he respond to that? It's not. We know he won't like it.
Useless.
I know he won't like it, but will he respond and then play if he's out there, or just be
Then, hey, if he goes out there and he doesn't play, then he gets the hook again, and that's the way it goes. That's life in the NFL. So you don't know what a guy's mentality is until he's out on the field. I think you should roll with the guys that played last week, and if it comes up, put Jair in if you need him.
There he is. We love him Mondays and Thursdays. Brian Bulaga. Have a great time with our guy Homer on the Homer Hour from 5 to 6 coming up right here. Do not go anywhere. They'll be back in 2 minutes.
Delays are stretching right now from before Hampton Avenue all the way down to about Locust. Back on the break from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette. Northbound side's heavy from Kilbourne up to Keith. Westbound 94, that's going to be slow right out of the Marquette all the way to about Hawley Road, with the eastbound side slowing down at about 68th Street, and that stretches all the way to